What's up, everyone? Welcome to the WAN Show. We've got a great show lined up for you guys today. I forget what our title was. Oh yes, now I remember. A judge has decided that Elon Musk's statements about, the things that their cars were going to do and be capable of were simply puffery, which is not a problem.
It's awesome.
And not fraudulent.
Really good precedent. For advertising.
On the heels of our discussion about what is or isn't a scam last week, we'll be talking about an actual scam and how apparently that's legal.
Yeah, the LTT screwdriver, by the way, is going to automatically screws in for you.
I don't actually... Okay, I get what you're trying to do here, but I don't actually want to make false statements about our products. They will not do that. What your smart glasses might do, though, is dox anyone and everyone who happens to be near you. A couple of students made an invasive DIY facial recognition glasses system that does just that. And we'll be talking about how this could usher in a whole new level of future dystopia. Yay! Do you have any good news? Can you do good news? Let's see. We got Amazon dark patterns. We got.
I was going to say I didn't have any prepped.
Give me good news. Good news. Let's go.
I don't know if that's good news or not.
Minority Report is coming.
That's not good. Flappy Bird's Returns is actually not good either.
Nintendo kills.
Suing people. Redditors can't protest anymore. Nvidia's doing Nvidia things.
No. Okay, forget it.
Okay. The negative show about bad things.
The show is brought to you today by Manscaped, Squarespace, 1Password, and of course, our chair partner Secret Lab, our laptop partner LG, and our skin partner Dbrand.
Have you not even looked at the table? Did you not absorb the table yet?
Oh, the table's orange.
I love how you're able to do this sometimes.
Well, I was
fully
sponsored.
Believe that you never noticed.
It was an ad. I couldn't see it.
That makes sense. It glows. It's crazy. It doesn't actually glow, but just because of the lighting in the room and stuff, it looks like it's almost glowing.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Okay, cool. Well, we'll be talking about that later or not. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. The table's orange now.
Maybe
cool.
Not.
Let's jump right into our headline topic, shall we?
Yeah.
Oh, man. A judge has dismissed a shareholder lawsuit that alleged that Tesla had made misleading statements exaggerating the capabilities of its self-driving systems. And this is where I feel like I'm about to go off script, and we're about to talk a little bit more about a personal, thought that I've had many times. The legal system seems broken, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It seems broken. It feels like...
How do you fix it, though?
It feels like there needs to be a common sense filter sometimes. Where the argument could be, hey, we're Coca-Cola. Yeah, we hired death squads, but it was outside of your jurisdiction. So what? What are you going to do about it? That's an actual thing that happened. So there you go. Their defense literally wasn't that they didn't do it. It was that it's outside your jurisdiction, so you can't charge us for it. That was the defense. And
Amazing.
I feel like we need a common sense.
Well, something that I genuinely don't understand about this is the whole Red Bull gives you wings thing.
Yeah.
They had to add the, Red Bull doesn't actually give you wings.
Yeah.
And, there's more of those. It's not just Red Bull. It's, a bunch of different things. Isn't it like Skittles doesn't actually show a rainbow, and they have to, clarify that?
And, McDonald's can't say, have you had your break today? Because nobody gets a break, and, not in this economy. You take a break so you could go do gig work.
Have you had your break today? Isn't it Kit Kat?
No, dude. No. Microsoft. McDonald's. Okay, when I was a child, that was their jingle. Have you had your break today?
Huh.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. And there was never any kind of litigation over that. I was making a really terrible reference to my childhood.
Yeah, but essentially, false advertising claims in the past, even ones that are obvious, have usually had to be clarified.
However,
so if they're just supposed to be fun, like the Red Bull thing, they still have to clarify.
And it's pretty clear that Tesla has repeatedly, and it's got to be knowingly at this point, misrepresented the capabilities of their autonomous driving feature. And I'm going to use the world's largest finger quotes. Actually, I'm going to need bigger finger quotes. Thank you. Those are much bigger finger quotes than mine. I appreciate that.
No problem.
However, the judge dismissed the lawsuit, and Tesla's lawyers, this is really important, Tesla's lawyers did not defend the claims that they had made on the grounds that they were true, right? So they, back to the Coca-Cola death squads. They're not defending themselves because we didn't do the thing that was bad. It's more about the loophole. It's about the technicality. Rather, they have claimed that these statements that were not true were merely corporate puffery. The lawyers argued that vague statements of corporate optimism are not objectively verifiable and that no reasonable investor would rely on these statements.
How's Tesla stock doing again?
Actually, I think it's been on a tear lately. Don't quote me on that. I don't keep track of it. The judge, having sided with Tesla's lawyers, is therefore agreeing that a reasonable person would have seen CEO Elon Musk's statements as obvious bluster and exaggeration. I strongly disagree. I mean, how many times do we have to go through this whole, next year thing before it becomes pretty clear that it's not coming next year? I mean, it's been really interesting to watch the recent pivot to the fully autonomous robo-taxi project, when that's what was promised.
Yeah.
For each and every Tesla owner. I shouldn't say promised, because apparently it was puffered. That's what was puffered for each and every Tesla owner years ago, was that their car was going to make them money. Like their car was going to operate as a robo-taxi while they were at work, making them money. It was like an investment.
I found this website. I just found it now. I don't know how perfect it is. I've never looked at this website before, etc. But I think it's pretty fantastic, actually. It's called MotherFrunker. As in frunk, and it's the full self-driving timeline. I just found this now. So it's different quotes about what the cars will be able to do, are going to end up with complete autonomy, and I think we will have complete autonomy in approximately 2 years from 2015 with the source.
Oh yeah, that was not 2 years ago.
You just go all the way down. I really consider autonomous driving a solved problem. I think we are less than 2 years away from a complete autonomy, 2016.
6 months, definitely. That was back in 2016 here as well. You'll be able to fall asleep in a Tesla. Probably be able to deliver Teslas with autonomy in about a year. That's up to the regulators. Yeah, no, it isn't.
One of the funniest things I found...
is wild. I can't believe somebody... I can't believe somebody actually compiled all of this.
It might even be missing some. I have no idea. I haven't looked at the site before. The thing that I found most entertaining about this actually is that they gave up at some point. They stopped tracking in 2022.
I mean, imagine your defense being if someone files a lawsuit calling you a liar who misled them and caused material damage to them. Imagine your defense being, well, obviously I lied. I lie all the time.
Me? Yeah.
How could you be stupid enough to believe me? Like, come on! I get that there are a handful of you that are Musk sycophants, and that's cool. You do you. But I stand behind the things that I do not appreciate about his approach to business. And lying about the capabilities of your products and misleading people, that is a scam. And scams are bad, and they are not something to be looked up to. And I don't know how to have a conversation with someone where we are not grounded in the same basic truth that being a shifty character is not good.
Yeah.
And that it's not to be applauded or respected.
Yeah.
It's actually bad. We can appreciate good things that someone accomplished, but we don't have to respect the extremely shady behavior that they engage in. Yeah. Cool. So anyway, I don't know how to reconcile this. To to your point, with the other false advertising precedent that has been set over the years.
And like it's a bit of a, I don't know. It's an interesting line because puffery could make sense. Like if you're like, oh, this thing is amazing, blah, 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 and it's just okay. Like that's how I think puffery should be used.
Exaggerated or false praise? You know, if
exaggerated, I think could be okay.
Okay.
False, I don't think is
no,
okay.
no. False praise. Let me give you a context where false praise could be corporate puffery.
Okay.
So let's say, okay, I'm still CEO. Okay, we're hypothetical scenario.
Okay.
I'm up on stage in the Linus Sebastian Theater. You know, whatever. I'm talking about our latest innovation in I don't know, lapel technology or whatever, collar technology.
Sure.
Okay, and I'm standing there and
auto pop.
Anyway, so I'm talking about this great long sleeve shirt that's available on LTTStore.com, and our chief technical officer or whatever the heck your job is these days, I honestly don't even know, it doesn't matter, walks up to the stage in like a scripted moment, shakes my hand and goes, man, Linus, you look better than in any other outfit I've ever seen. You know, that's false praise, you know? Like, I think my birthday suit looks a lot better than this personally. And, well, yeah, the point is that that's not...
Is that false praise? What if you actually thought that?
But what if you didn't? It doesn't really matter. This is clearly a scripted moment.
Unimportant.
Yeah, you are engaging with me in a way that could obviously be perceived to be just kind of corporate nonsense.
I'm not saying this shirt will have active cooling in 2 years.
Yeah, or saying something along the lines of like, this is the most innovative shirt we've ever made.
Yeah, that's
just clearly exaggerated, and it's puffy,
and it's kind of whatever,
and it's non-specific.
Doesn't really mean anything.
And I think that's one of the problems, and that's where I think that's where someone like a Red Bull runs into trouble. They're making a very specific statement. Red Bull gives you wings, which even if you don't interpret it literally, you could interpret to mean that it makes you move faster, potentially. Right? And it is an energy beverage. And so maybe, potentially there's methamphetamine in it. I don't know. You won't slow down. Like, you could actually misinterpret that. But that's the thing with the self-driving. These are not vague statements. Our self-driving technology is world leading. That's puffery. That's non-verifiable. It's non-objective.
But saying
go back to the thing for a sec.
Oh well, I left it. So give me a sec. I gotta find it.
Yeah, sure. This is specific. Go to some of the newer stuff, because the newer stuff ends up being a little. Oh my goodness, the newer stuff ends up being a bit more. Anyway, the point is,
why can't I?
It's a solved problem. Is a very specific statement. That doesn't mean, you know, we're really confident our world-class team can solve this problem. That's puffery. You know, you're talking up the capabilities of your team. You're engaging in the kind of thing that, if you said anything other than that, could be like, could be potentially seen as like bullying. Like if you were to say anything other than, I have complete faith in my team to deliver on this amazing new technology. Like if you were to like say that on a stage, I mean, that would be terrible. The optics would be terrible. So I could see corporate puffery as something that you have to say. You essentially have to say that you believe in your plan and that the team is engaged in moving forward with it. You don't have to say, let's see. It will be capable of level 5 autonomy by the end of this year. That is extremely specific. That's not puffery. That's just a lie.
And not only are you saying that, but you're saying it already has the hardware capability. Like we can remotely deliver this feature to you in the thing that you already own if you buy it today. Like that type of stuff, you know?
Corey is the name, says, can you think of any examples in which LTT has engaged in corporate puffery? Yeah.
look at the store.
I think that there have been cases where we've had, oh man, nothing product specific, I don't think. But like I've definitely said things that are not necessarily true to the best of my knowledge, like particularly around someone like an ex-employee. I would always talk up what they've done really well. I would never talk about why we parted ways.
Whether it was good or bad, really.
Yeah, so in that case, it's more down to confidentiality and professionalism. It's less puffery. It's not really marketing though. Okay, so hold on. Have we ever pufferied in our marketing? You know what? I'm gonna throw this back to you guys. No, I don't think Trust Me Bro would count as puffery. I think we have, in good faith, taken the best possible care of anyone who's had a problem with our products. It's not always been the most timely. We're a small team. Our customer support is onshore. So we don't operate around the clock. Sometimes in particular when we have a long weekend or something. I'm sorry that our team gets long weekends.
Are videos a product?
I think videos are a product.
Thumbnails.
Is that puffery though? Because the puffery is here. What's puffery? Exaggerated or false praise though. It's not. It's praise specifically.
How is saying it will have full self-driving praise then?
Well, it's not. It's not puffery. That's the whole thing I'm mad about. That's not puffery at all. That's a specific statement about the capability of the product that could absolutely mislead an investor or a customer.
Okay, someone in Floatplane chat, I think, got it. There's two of them.
Yeah, they hit me on the world class thing. I knew that was coming. I knew world class was coming. I didn't want to address it. I will often, in fact, internally, the way that I'll refer to our team as world class is a bit of a meme.
Yeah.
We have a world class team in a literal sense. I don't actually think it's puffery. We compete with the best in the world in the tech media space. Tech entertainment, tech education. We are very, very competitive around the world. We are a world-class team. We have a global reach for our brand and for our content. We are a world-class team. However, a lot of the time, I use world-class and we use world-class team in a verbally ironic manner internally. So, someone will leave the bathroom in a deplorable state.
I was gonna give the exact same example.
Pee all over the seat, pee all over the floor. What looks like it could be pee in the sink.
World class.
And the first thing that people will start talking about on Teams is world class.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's puffery though. I think okay, yes it can.
It is a little bit.
Yes, it can be, but verbal irony is also not puffery. In order to be puffery, it has to be seen as an earnest statement.
This is where like the lines get so blurry.
They do get blurry.
They get so blurry.
They do get blurry.
Someone also pointed out world-class employees don't have time to aim. Sorry, that was really funny.
They're busy making world-class videos.
Another one that was brought up by somebody was we have a great show for you today. A bunch of people have brought that one up.
Okay.
Introing WAN show.
Okay.
A great show for you.
Yeah.
We say it like every time.
Yeah, I think that is an example of puffery. Yeah, sometimes the show is going to be shit and we know it.
Yeah.
But like, it's not good salesmanship to say, yeah, we got nothing this week.
We've done it.
Which you're not wrong. I've found that some of those shows have been pretty good.
Sometimes they're yeah.
Yeah, you never know. It has less to do with the topics and it has more to do with like how much sleep either of us has had. And there's a Goldilocks zone. Because if we've had absolutely none, it's like, all right, getting on to our next topic. Yeah, I'm mad about that.
But if we're like,
yeah, but then like if we're really well rested, everything is pretty sane.
Yeah.
So there's this like,
you need a little bit of derangement.
Yeah, there's this magic zone where it's like we're not really running on quite enough sleep, and neither of us caffeinates, so we just start to get a little loopy.
I feel like the Japan show was like definitely one of those.
Oh, 100%. With our camera operator passed out behind the lens.
Yeah.
I was worried about him.
Yeah, me too. He's a tank.
Yep. Okay, so you guys have definitely caught us on a couple of pufferys, but I think when it comes to our products, I don't think we puffery.
I feel like there's got to be some thumbnails.
Dude, thumbnails, I don't think thumbnails are puffery though. You don't exaggerate the what is it, praise?
Sure might.
You don't falsely praise or exaggerate the praise the video.
This is the best computer we've ever made. I'm looking. I'm not there yet. Why did I look up YouTube?
What are you even doing? Do you even compute? By the way, that's a great video. Go back. Do you not even alt left arrow? What is your problem? There, down, left. That's freaking awesome. I watched it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Canuck Creator just like casually showed up at the studio. Tynan did a great job just showing him some of our prototyping tools that we use. There's this sort of perception every once in a while when we actually do a video in the workshop, you'll see the odd comment that's like, man, they spent so much money on this workshop, they never use it. People don't know what we use it for. And I think part of that's on us because we don't really talk about what we use it for.
I've been saying for a long time, we should do engineering video. I think we should have a YouTube channel that has no upload cadence. We commit to no uploads, but it's LMG or whatever you want to call it, umbrella parent company engineering.
Interesting.
And we just show like the oversized screwdrivers, show how we made those, the like metal screwdrivers, the carbon fiber one, the wooden one, all these different cool experiment things that we do. We do tons of cool engineering stuff and we tell no one about it. And there are entire massive YouTubers and entire massive fields of YouTube that are entirely based around just that. And we do it, and we're a content creation company, and we don't show anyone, and it drives me nuts.
You're actually not wrong.
And we could, like, I understand the pressure that the engineering teams don't want to have of needing to churn out content. And so just don't make required uploads for it.
But making a video makes everything take 3 times longer. And most of what they use this stuff for is product development.
Yeah, which would sell products.
I know. But it would take 3 times longer. Look. Okay, look. Artie is on the CW team now.
I think that will.
He is hard at work on content around our... In fact, he actually shot a video earlier this week. Or wait, was it Artie who shot? I think it was Artie who shot it. It was either Artie or Sammy. They had a camera in front of their face the whole time, and I'm pretty sure it was Artie. Anyway, he actually shot a video of our meeting about the development of the Zuck T-shirt. So as part of our development of a gray shirt. Right, because we wanted kind of like the Steve mock neck. We want to do a Zuck T-shirt. I'd love to do a Jensen leather jacket as well, but that's going to be a much bigger project. I don't know how many we'd sell. It's a whole thing. Anyway, the point is we want to do a Zuck T-shirt, the Zuck. And as part of our development process, we kind of went, well, shoot, we don't know what's the shirt he wears. We don't know what's special about it. We don't know what T-shirt a billionaire wears.
Apparently this is it?
We answered that question. This is the packaging.
What is the...
That a T-shirt a billionaire wears comes in. This
name
is from
sounds expensive.
Brunello Cucinelli.
Yeah.
We'll be unboxing it later on the show. We'll be destroying it later on the show. Yeah. Because that's part of the product development process. We'll explain what that little machine is. Anyway, the point is... I believe it was Artie actually shot a video of us having the conversation, evaluating this shirt compared to our existing blanks, compared to our existing cotton blanks, sort of talking about what's good about it, what's not as good about it. It was pretty cool. And so we're trying to do more of that, okay? We're trying to do more. But anyway, Canuck Creator did a great job. Tynan did a great job. It's a really cool little tour, and it gives you a better idea of what exactly it is that we're doing with all of this really cool fabrication stuff. Anyway, false advertising. Let's go. Or puffery.
Puffery, yeah.
Exaggerated or false praise.
Okay, so actually giving you a headache, but that's not
it did.
Praise.
I literally got a headache.
Oh my. I'm not too surprised.
Yeah. Part of it is that I forgot to drink water that day.
So I always get a headache when praise.
Yeah. Dude, no.
It's perfect,
It's perfect. It's unusable.
but it's perfect.
Yeah, but both of those are true. I think together, you can't say that's puffery. I mean, look, if Tesla was like, our autopilot is perfect, it's unusable, that would at least raise questions.
Yeah.
That would give them plausible deniability about the perfect statement.
All right. Last PC building guide you'll ever need.
That's not puffery.
If that's actually just true,
that is a factual statement. The first one got like 11 or 12 million views, and the comments are just full of like, I just built my PC using this guide.
I built the PC that can't fail.
Yeah. So it's a high availability PC cluster.
But it can't fail?
It can't. Can't fail.
Everything can
fail. Mean, okay.
Is
all
it
right.
waterproof?
All right. That is a slight exaggeration. All right. You know what? You've got me.
It took a lot longer than I thought. We had to go back months. I thought it was going to be pretty quick. But the praise part makes it difficult.
Yeah.
Which I still don't understand because it wasn't. The Elon statements weren't praise.
No, they were just, here's what we're going to do. This is the plan.
It will have this feature on this
and
timeline.
if you can't believe the CEO of a company about the product roadmap, then who can you believe?
And I don't think you can ever believe anyone about any product timeline because no one actually knows. But like, I think there's also got to be some amount of a limit to things.
All right. Why don't we move on? Because I'm bored. Oh, hey, we've got Riley here. I forget.
Speaking of puffery,
I totally forgot. I'm so sorry, Riley.
I came to puff up something of my own. Check it out. Check us out, guys.
What is this
So
again?
now
I
you have to
forget.
give
We're
false praise.
Jakey.
Attorneys at law.
Thank you. Am I yelling into this thing? Do I hold it like this? I forget.
It's end address.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Dan said he could give me a chair, but I decided to just come squat in here awkwardly because
I forgot the
that's
chair.
more my
Sorry.
style.
It is truly awkward.
Forgot.
I like it though.
Do we have an Apple box at the
This
very
light
least?
is really bright.
Yeah, don't look at that. It's not safe.
It's too late.
Riley, can I...
No, Riley.
Linus, did you know that it was Riley week on Floatplane this
I
week?
did know that it was
Yeah.
Riley week on Floatplane this week.
Did you know that I did a backflip for you?
I know that you cannot do a backflip.
Whoa, you don't know that.
I
That's
do know that.
inflammatory.
That's anti-puffery.
That's puffery.
I watched the Star Wars video. It was really good. I really liked it.
Did you watch the whole thing? I heard
did.
you were watching it.
It's fantastic.
Who said that? I think Sammy told me, or
I
Sean
liked
did.
I liked it a lot.
Well, I thought it was okay.
Sammy told me that it took 10 million years to edit. That's not
That's some puffery.
It took a long time.
because it wasn't praise.
Yeah. No, it took a long time. It took. Not gonna lie, I stayed up all night, a couple nights, to get the script done and to do the guidance.
You didn't. Shh. Did you really?
Linus. I won't go all the way because I don't know where your mouth is. You've been puffing up a lot of things, so.
Oh, wow.
This is WAN show. We got to keep it appropriate. Listen, Riley week is over now. There were 3 videos, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys watch any of them except the Star Wars?
I watched Star Wars.
I didn't watch any of them yet.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. I mean, on the Q&A, you probably just know all of them. Already.
Yeah, if I want to talk to Riley, I just talk to Riley because
That's
he's
true.
right there.
We match almost every day.
I was
Our
waiting
clothes.
for the Star Wars one.
So was I.
I was excited about it.
I don't know what else to say other than go subscribe to Floatplane, which you guys already say like 5 times an episode. So I just kind of want to hang out here. This is cool. I can make like
What is this segment?
shadow puppets.
Is this just marketing for Floatplane? Is that the whole point?
Yeah, if you could just keep switching back and forth to Floatplane there, that would be pretty cool.
Okay, so yeah, that's Riley week among our other exclusives.
Why do you guys ever use the space back here? There's a lot. You could do some activities.
Because the lights have to go
No, we
there.
got like talk linked.
And we don't have a mic that's on a
Yeah, sure.
freely moving.
I know. I thought that this was going to be more of a handheld thing, but this feels wrong.
It's 2 hand.
It's a two-hander.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a Zweihander.
Zweihander.
I don't think anyone took it that way, but yeah, definitely. For sure. It's a weapon.
Knocking it out of the park, Riley.
What's your next topic?
I don't know. Are you joining us for the show?
Do you want like a stool?
Students make invasive DIY facial recognition glasses.
Oh,
Yeah, sure.
man. Yeah, that's pretty
Darn.
scary.
Yeah.
We talked about that on TechLink this week.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, what? Do you want me to go?
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing. Are you joining us for part of the show?
Like,
is
Connor's
wanna do
waiting
this
for me to go
topic?
review TechLink right now, but like,
All right, bring him
can
in.
wait.
We can
You want to
just
do
do
this
that
topic
here.
with us?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Do you want to read the topic?
Really?
Yeah.
Students make I'm not going to read the whole topic.
Read the topic.
Make invasive DIY facial recognition glasses. I'm going to summarize it, okay? Because we reported on this on TechLink. Some students from Harvard. Okay, fine, I'll just read it. 2 Harvard students set up a system that uses a video feed from their Meta smart glasses to automatically scan the faces of strangers, identify them, and compile dossiers of personal information such as jobs, personal associations, phone numbers, and addresses. While the system made the occasional error, notably it once flagged a young woman as her identical twin.
Oops.
Broken.
Awkward.
Throw it out. The students were able to use this system to approach several strangers and greet them by name while pretending to be an acquaintance or a fan of their work. How creepy would that be?
I mean, it's happened. I found LA is actually the worst for that.
And this is what's funny. It's like, hey, you want to feel what it's like to be famous for a second? Or to be a upper mid-tier YouTube celebrity? The students have published a paper detailing their experiment, which they say was intended as a demonstration of what is already possible with current technology. Tech giants like Google and Meta have considered putting facial recognition into smart glasses in the past, and they have. Google has dismissed the idea due to safety and legal concerns after making a product already, but that's here. Whereas Meta's reasons for not pursuing it are unclear. Meta has not yet committed to not using the footage or images from their smart glasses for use in data scraping or AI training. I mean, that's all screwed.
They've actually...
Thank you, Riley. That is the summary.
No, as in the whole don't use it for AI training. Everything is being used for AI training already.
Yeah, and they've essentially said the opposite. Zuckerberg on a podcast thingamajigger said that he wants you to have personal AIs that are powered by things like the glasses, so they have context of everything in your life.
Yeah,
So,
but that's one thing because it's your personal AI. I think a lot of people are probably okay with you feeding, if it's encrypted and everything.
Oh yeah.
If you feed your data into a personal AI and no one ever gets it
won't be.
except you.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I feel like the lighting on my face is perfect for this story. It's like dystopian.
Yeah, it kind of is.
It's like, I am your personal AI.
Your Two-Face.
I mean, okay. What else do we have to say? I feel like this was actually a good topic. You guys should continue discussing it, but I have to go review TechLink.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
I
you,
really
Riley.
have to go. I can't
okay.
stay.
We could bring you a laptop. You could
Okay.
just do it behind the set.
What's that?
Do you want to just have a laptop? You could do it there.
You can review it on.
Yeah, you
on
just
Website.
hide behind the laptops.
I think next show I'll come back and I'll be back here and you guys probably won't know until I say something.
Okay.
Nice workplace.
Okay.
Thanks,
All right.
Riley.
Thank you, Riley.
Love ya. Subscribe to Floatplane.
Yeah.
All right.
My favorite website.
Thank you, Riley. That's some puffery right there. Yeah.
I enjoy. You guys can't see this, but he's bear crawling off the set.
What? I'm leaving with dignity.
Oh man.
That was fantastic.
Wow. Okay. Thank you very much, Riley. That was great.
That was.
You never know what's going to happen when Riley walks into the room.
Yeah.
But that actually was a perfect example of puffery.
Yeah.
It's my favorite website.
Which is fine.
Which is
There's
fine.
a near 0% chance that's true.
Yeah, exactly.
But who cares?
But that's obvious.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Puffery should be obvious.
And it doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right. So let's come back to these smart glasses.
Yeah.
This is what's funny about this topic to me is that you and I have actually talked about this
For years.
many times in the past. And
Actually, close to the whole time we've known each other.
And if you go back far enough, because Luke and I both suffer from some form of undiagnosed face blindness /
Oh, yeah.
just complete inability to remember people's names.
Yeah.
And we have talked about this many times in the past, how what would ultimately sell us, going all the way back to like the launch of Google Glass, what would ultimately sell us on this technology would be if it could serve as like a Rolodex, essentially, when you're at a party or social function or a work event, and it'll just tell you, okay, that's who that is. Bring up the last email that I exchanged with them. Tell me like how many kids they have so I can ask how their kids are doing. And if you go back far enough, you and I were naive enough, / the world hadn't descended into dystopia enough that we were actually bullish on it and wanted it. Now I read about this thing that I asked for, that I wanted, because it would be really helpful to me in my daily life. And I look at it and I go, holy shit, this is fucked. We're fucked.
Yeah.
Everything's fucked.
Yeah, well, because I think the thing that we were wrong about, and I think a lot of people, including us, were wrong about these types of things, were that we thought it was going to be ours. Like the whole Rolodex idea was that you knew these people.
Yeah.
You were essentially inputting this information. It was checking locally to your information and then letting you know. And that's just not going to be what it is, because data makes the world go round. So instead of it being yours, it's going to be Zuck's or whoever else's, and you're going to be checking against their information and giving them more information, also known as updated facial recognition information for these people to make sure that it's more accurate. And any data and analysis that you're able to scrape from that moment is going to go up as well. It's going to share into a pool.
I also didn't think about, at that time, maybe I was just younger and more naive, right? Like I didn't think about an authoritarian government using this technology.
Oh yeah.
To keep track of absolutely everyone and where they go and what they do and who they see.
Police officers or whoever else. Yeah. Because they already have it in cameras. So that's not really new. But this would be, given to police officers, facial recognize, figure out if they have like outstanding warrants or whatever else.
But it's not just like the outstanding warrants. Like this could tell people
suspect level.
All kinds of stuff about people. Right.
That comes down to, we have another topic that we'll talk about later, but it's the Minority Report thing.
Yeah, like Buddy here frequents, the seedy theater, on 6th Street. And that might and that might be factually true, right? But that could activate someone's prejudices. You know what I mean? So it's not like, I don't even mind if it scans someone and it's like there's an outstanding warrant for their arrest. That sounds actually reasonably helpful.
This one, like, say there's a riot going on, because every time that there's a riot, there's some people that are involved with the bad things in the riot, and other people just trying to get away.
And it's like that woman voted for Hillary Clinton. And
this riot is based around whatever, so she has an increased likeliness of being one of the people that is involved with the damaging of cars, so arrest her, even though you didn't see it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that level of, and if you think law enforcement doesn't profile, they do. They 100% profile, and you give them more and more tools to profile. I don't know if I want to live on this planet anymore.
I had a conversation recently where I was I mentioned that I want to die on Mars, and I was like, that just increases over time.
Handyman says, to be fair, I think you should mention the story is kind of exaggerated, since you can already achieve this using your mobile phone camera or any kind of camera. It's basically just calling third-party services.
It's the subtlety.
And we did acknowledge that it already exists. That's their whole point, is that this already exists. But it's the form factor that's scary, because somebody can walk into a bathroom wearing a pair of glasses. You can't walk into a bathroom with your phone out, streaming data to some third-party, image identification service, unless your name is Guy, whatever his last name is. Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like no. Like
this is
cool person walks into a bathroom with their camera out. That's a pretty normal-looking pair of glasses.
Those are just glasses.
That's what's scary about it. And the fact that, you're right, this is just totally a thing that already exists is exactly their point. They're not developing this as a product. They're not even trying to. They're not even releasing what they've done. And to your point, what they've done is not a huge technical achievement. All they did was take off-the-shelf stuff and hook it into other off-the-shelf stuff. But that's the point. Right now, today, you could have someone walking around, it disorderly says, but you can buy a spy camera that looks like a pen you clip into your pocket. Yeah, absolutely. But it's the ease.
Yeah.
It's the ease, and it's the integrations, and it's the smoothness of the workflow. Like if you just have a pen, if you just have a pen camera sticking out of your pocket, and what you have to ultimately do is like go home at the end of the day and ingest that footage and then crunch it on your multi GPU server cluster and retroactively go back and figure out who you interacted with that day. Like that's what we'd be talking about 10 years ago, right? That wasn't that scary. But this whole real time, how many kids do you have and what are their names and, where did you go to school and dude, that's scary.
I still want the local Rolodex thing where you have to input the information of the people. But then that doesn't even work because I'm sure there's just going to be databases you can download, you can use it.
That data will leak.
Yeah.
All data will leak. Leaky data. It's leaky condos. It's just leaky data.
Leaky condos.
I'm just saying, it's a widespread problem. Leaky data. It's gonna cause all kinds of trouble, dude. You see, 23andMe's in trouble.
Oh,
that whole data set's gonna end up with someone. I'm so thrilled.
I'm sure.
I'm so thrilled that relatives of mine have used these services. I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
Really, thank you for that.
Yeah.
And every time we talk about this kind of stuff, and we'll have people in the audience that are like, yeah, but legally, insurance providers can't use that data. And guys, laws change. The only thing,
and people ignore them.
Yeah, that too. Too. If laws mattered, then we wouldn't be where we are today.
I can pretty much guarantee you every single person in this building currently has broken the law at least once.
Sure. I probably sped in my car on the way here today.
I probably did as well.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, right? So, whether it's...
So just to give some insight on that, I bet you every single person that drove in BC did.
Yeah, our
one follows the speed limits here.
They're too low.
Where it would be dangerous if you did so.
I watched a really interesting documentary ages ago. I've looked for it multiple times and I haven't been able to find it. So it must have been pulled off of YouTube or something. It must have been copyrighted. But it was basically an investigation into our speed limits and why they're too low and why it's actually dangerous and they just need to go up and how the provincial government just ignores it for the most part. Really interesting.
It's wacky, man. You'll be driving with a police car behind you, following the pace of traffic, 20 kilometers an hour above the speed limit.
Yep.
Police car's not lighting you up.
And they'll go around.
Yeah. They'll also get frustrated because you're actually going too slow.
Yep.
It's just what is this? What? Oh, man. What a joke. Anyways.
Yeah, Kasul Cat in Floatplane chat says, and this is such an example. This is such a great example of how laws are often so sort of myopic in their implementation. It goes, legally, I can't ask age in a job interview because that could lead to age-based discrimination. I added the end part there. So I ask when you graduated from college. It's yeah, you make a law sometimes with really solid intent. Age-based discrimination, that's bad, okay? But people are gonna find a way around it. They're gonna find a way to technically either they're gonna just do something illegal in a way where they're not gonna get caught, or they're gonna find a loophole. They're gonna find a way to technically get around it. It's just our data is not going to be protected. These products are absolutely going to end up in nefarious hands, and I'm so uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
And then out of the other side of my mouth, I talk about how I want to do automated scorekeeping at the badminton center and how we could use facial recognition to track people's gameplay and whatever else. But in fairness to me, I trust myself to store that data only locally on site. But maybe I shouldn't.
And that still doesn't technically mean that it's invulnerable.
And it doesn't. And it, I hate to open this can of worms again, but let's say that, I died. or I sold the company or whatever else. There might be an expectation.
Sorry, I'm not laughing because he said I'm going to die. I'm laughing because I realized the can of worms that he's mentioning that he's opening. Yeah. My bad.
My point is that data sitting there could be seen as a treasure trove by whoever inherits or purchases that business.
And you saw what happened with the servers at NCIX?
Yeah.
Like this happened.
The hypothetical that I'm talking about right now actually happened at NCIX. The owner didn't die, but the data was not managed correctly, and people who ended up with servers from the auction ended up with customer data from the auction. That absolutely happened.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. We're supposed to explain merch messages and do 2 merch messages now. Thanks, Dan.
Okay.
So merch messages. If you want to interact with the WAN show, the best way to do it is to send a merch message like Chris F. down here. Instead of sending super chats or Twitch bits or anything like that, we strongly encourage people to send a merch message. That way you can throw money at your screen, you can support the WAN show and all of the cool people who produce the WAN show and me. And you can also send in you can send a message. So it'll either be replied to by producer Dan, or he'll send it to someone internally who can answer your question for you, or he'll just pop it up on the screen if you just got a shout out or something like that, or he will curate it, and that'll look a little something like this. Dan, do you have a couple curated merch messages? Oh, I didn't tell people how to send one. Go to LTTStore.com and add anything to your cart, and you will see a box where you can fill out a merch message. All right, there we go.
Sure, yeah, I've got one here for you. Hey, LLD, did you ever get any contact from iFixit with how they feel about your precision screwdriver?
Yes. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what to make of it.
Are you talking about the tweet?
No.
Oh.
No. I'm talking about an email that came through after we talked about it on the WAN show. Basically, we got an email. Screw it. We got an email from their agency saying that they are going to be pausing our relationship. They provided some reasons for that are like, whatever. I told our team they agreed to continue throughout the rest of the month of October, but I told the team if they want out, we shouldn't force them to work with someone that they don't want to work with. So if it's if it's the reasons they stated, then cool, they can keep going or whatever. Or if it's different reasons and they're not comfortable working together, that's fine. Basically, what I left off with was we take our partnerships seriously. We want to maintain positive working relationships with everyone who shares our passion for repairable technology. Just tell them, take their time. We'll be here when they're ready. I'm good, or whatever. I mean, we're at a scale right now where no one sponsor can do anything to impact us.
Important.
Which is super important. And to be clear, guys, there could be totally unrelated business reasons or whatever, right? Like, I don't want you guys to pass any kind of judgment, but we have heard back from them, not about this, like, not in response to any questions. We just heard from the agency, so that's where we're at. Transparency. No, I'm not gonna tell the reasons because that's their personal biz, right? So yeah, but what I will say is they sound like perfectly plausible business reasons. So there's no judgment here. I just want to make it clear that from our side, we have no intention of forcing them to fulfill any kind of pre-agreed contractual obligation. If they want out, then I have absolutely no problem with that. And if they ever want to work with us in the future, then the door is 100% open. But if I were you, I wouldn't expect to see a ton of iFixit sponsorships on Linus Media Group properties.
Okay.
You'll probably still see their products show up from time to time. Like I've said over and over and over again, we like the products, we love the mission. We consider them an ally, and so it is what it is.
Well, all right then. Next up.
Get some announcements out of you first.
Oh, wait, no, don't we have another merch message?
Now you got to do the announcements, and then you get one more.
Oh, I do the announcements. Okay. The long sleeve polo shirt is now available. We wanted to make something that you could wear to the office this fall without sacrificing comfort and without sacrificing having a little personality.
Little flair.
A little bit of flair, a little bit of spark. So we created a long sleeve polo shirt made of soft and slightly stretchy cotton elastane piqué. Is that the word? PK? Whatever. The best part is under the collar is a fun little pop of pink. You'll also notice that the buttons on the polo shirt aren't buttons. They're snaps. Not only are they easier to fasten, but they're great for jobs where buttons aren't allowed, like when you're working with specific machinery where loose items can't be risked. Available now at lmg.gg/longpolo. And that link goes to the forum. That may be misdirected. Daniel Besser is looking at it right now because I think he probably saw me click on it and saw me go to linustechtips.com. Yep, that link is not working. So I'm just going to manually show you guys the long sleeve polo. Oh my goodness, this is such a hilarious shot of Dennis. They've definitely been having some fun with the photo shoots lately. Massive shout out to the team. This is
sick.
This is great.
Actually looks dope.
Oh man, I love it. Tatiana and Sherrod. Yeah,
I love the posed ones.
yeah. I actually I'm kind of loving it.
Yeah, like these look great.
Yeah, dude.
Like groups of people posed in things.
The office attire has actually been a shockingly big mover for us. Just like something that's just
they can wear to work.
Yeah, that's just.
Yeah, is there even a logo in this? Oh yeah, very subtle.
Yeah, here I can switch to the loot cam. If you can show the people the logo. Oh yeah, it's in there somewhere. Yeah, we want people to be able to rep the brand without like feeling uncomfortable if their workplace doesn't allow logos or whatever else. Yeah, it's just quality product, trust me bro guarantee, all that good stuff. The cargo pants have been doing really well, by the way. I have some good news. If you're a 32-inch inseam, I believe our reorder will include 32-inch inseam. So we are currently putting together a list for a reorder, and longer boys are going to be pretty excited to see that, I think.
That's mine. I think you mentioned you were too. 32?
32, maybe a 32, 36. I cannot remember.
But 32 inseam?
32 inseam.
All right,
I think so.
Then you guys are in good shape. Robo86 asks, how much do you pay your staff for modeling? We actually don't. It's completely voluntary.
It's during your shift.
Oh, yeah. So we do pay.
So you get your hourly.
Yep. And it's completely voluntary. If people want to do it, then that's totally cool. So everyone who ever posed like in their underwear did so because they were like, I'm going to pose in my underwear. Let's go. You usually or often or always, I forget the exact rules.
Keep it.
I think you get to keep the thing that you modeled as well. So yeah, it's just if you feel like it and you wanna like rep the brand and you want to be on the site, then you can do that, or otherwise you don't have to. There is absolutely no pressure whatsoever to model the merch. Yeah, and I think it's so cool that people volunteer. I think it's so cool that the models on our site are actual people who actually work on actual stuff here. So like Thomas works for Creator Warehouse in engineering. He's working on a cat toy right now.
Oh.
Among other things that I can't talk about, but the cat toy is like a low prio thing that he's working on. Sherrod from the business team, Tatiana from the Creator Warehouse fashion team. Like these people, these are the people who actually, bring you the content. I love that when I clicked him, they were like making eye contact.
I was going to say, you gotta look at yourself.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I think that really sets our site apart from a lot of other like merch stores. We wear the product, and clearly people want it enough that they're willing to pose with it for just to own it. So I don't know.
So I said, can you stand up to show shirt length?
Cool. Oh yeah. Go for it. What size are you wearing?
XL.
XL. Okay, and I'm in the medium. All right. You're welcome. All right. What are we supposed to do, Dan?
Oh,
Help
you
me.
still got some announcements, unless you want to save them
Oh,
for
I have
later.
more announcements?
Oh, yeah,
what are the
there's
other?
loads.
Oh, good gravy. Modmat signups. We are another week closer to the launch of the LTT Modmat. To get notified right when it launches, sign up at lmg.gg/modmat. I really hope that actually goes where it's supposed to go.
This one does.
Cool. That's good. Also, okay, this is big. Want to shout out Ghost Keyboards. Last week, I kind of gave them a hard time for publicly misrepresenting an endorsement from me of their product, because that never happened, but they made it seem like it did, and e-blast to their customers. Anyway, I don't want to harp on that right now, because they have, in my opinion, done everything that is right and reasonable for them to do to make it right. They publicly posted what feels like an actual sincere apology, taking responsibility for misrepresenting the situation, taking action to make this right for anyone who bought the keyboard based on a perceived endorsement from me. They have offered an extended refund window to anyone who purchased the keyboard in question during the time that they had that promotion running. So guys, apology accepted. Thank you very much. I am extremely pleased that we can just move forward in a positive fashion. So yeah. Thank you, Top Gear 1224. Other companies, take note. This is how you deal with it. We messed up. We take responsibility. Here's what we're doing to make amends. We are going to learn from our mistakes. Sincerely, boom. Thank you. You guys made it right, and I appreciate that. I don't think you should have done that in the first place, but look, the past has to be in the past at some point, and that point is now. All right, Dan, what's next?
All right, I got one more merch message for you, and
Sure.
then we're doing some more topics. WAN.dll. Linus, you're a big fan of the Apple AirPods, even though you use an Android. Would you recommend it to other people? What are the biggest issues you've had that I need to know before doing the same?
Is this the announcement?
But do I use an Android, though?
Dun, dun, dun.
This is my new phone.
Is this the first time you've told them?
No, I've talked about how I'm going to go iPhone. I actually haven't set it up yet. I tried earlier this week and it errored out because I moved around in the office, and I think I swapped to a different AP, and so the transfer errored out and I had to reset it again. So I'm gonna get switched to it very, very, very soon. It's living in the pocket. It's going to happen when I have a free moment. I'll get the transfer wizard done. But overall, there's some annoyances, like the fact that there's no official app to change the functionality of the long press. That's kind of annoying. I don't know if it's just because my phone is really old, but the performance of the AirPods when they're paired to an iPhone is so much better compared to when they're paired to my Note 9. Like on my Note 9, if I flip on the microwave to pop some popcorn or whatever, I basically can't hear anything if I'm standing anywhere near it because of the 2.4 gigahertz interference from microwaves. But if I have it paired to my iPhone 12 Pro, which was my utility iPhone that I had and that I will occasionally have them paired to, it's almost flawless. It's not flawless because interference, but it's way better, worlds better. Not having battery monitoring, I guess, is kind of a drag, but I just charge them every day.
I've been using
I just don't really care.
AirPods with Android the whole time, and I don't know. Yeah. Just plug them in.
Yeah, it just really doesn't
bother me that much.
I rarely need them for more than 4 hours in a row at a time. So the actual, battery life of the AirPods themselves, and they charge so fast when they're in the charging case, it just, I don't know.
And they charge in the charging case, so just plug the charging case in.
Most of the quality of life issues really don't seem like a huge deal. There is one really nice thing. When you're on an iPhone and you take them out, it'll pause. You take one out, it'll pause. You take two out, and it'll just automatically switch to the phone speaker because it knows you don't have either of them in. Whereas on my Android phone, it's a lot it'll just play through them. Then again, just playing through them on my Android phone is how I found them when I left them somewhere in the house. I turned the volume up and then I was able to find them. But then again, if I had an iPhone, I could just use the Find My feature. So I don't know. It's all good. I like them. I really like them, but there are some really solid alternatives. So, by all means, check out Pixel Buds, check out Galaxy Buds. I've heard the latest generation Galaxy Buds are really good, but I haven't tried them. CompTIA revoked Linus's A+ certification? Question mark. Question mark.
The controversy.
Question mark.
How could they?
No, they didn't.
What?
Yeah, so I think they
But the
typed.
internet-
I think they typoed the thing.
But the internet.
Here's my A+ certification. So I'm gonna if I read this out, can you verify?
Sure. What link do I have to? Is it in the doc?
Okay, my candidate ID is comp
I'm
00.
on it. Are you?
What's
am
that?
I supposed to be doing it?
Are you doing okay, Luke? You okay? Luke, are you okay over
Okay,
there?
I got it.
Okay.
I thought you wanted me to actually type it in.
Comp 001
Yeah.
022
Yeah.
462
Yeah.
766. Oh wait, they totally entered it right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm confused now. Did they revoke it then? Because I thought Chewy said that.
Wait, you didn't check?
Well, no. Chewy told me they didn't, and he said that he replied to the thing that they didn't, and then but that it wasn't getting a lot of traction, and so I was supposed to talk about it on the WAN show. Yeah, the verification code. Oh, hold on. Apparently this is the verification code. Okay, well, verify.comptia.org. Hold on. Here we go. Verification code. All right. Slyfo. They missed a letter. Yeah, active. There you go. So no, they did not. Apparently the user. Okay, so I gave you the candidate ID. So what code is this? 5P. Oh, it's the code at the bottom here.
Yeah, I see it.
Not the candidate ID. So yeah, no. Here's my framed A+ that I still have for now.
Look at you, dude.
Yeah, I know, right?
People can trust the videos now.
Yep.
It's good. We needed this.
My bros, they
Yeah.
can trust me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Well, is my product that showed up defective going to be taken care of? I think so. He's got an A+ certification.
Yeah, A+.
A+.
That's the grade.
Yeah.
It's like A but better.
Sounds like you should probably trust him, bro.
It's Canadian. It's enhanced Canadian. A+. Sorry. We should maybe do something else now.
C++ is just D.
Hey, look. Amazon's doing dark patterns again. Legacy customers with Amazon's Ring alarm system will soon have to pay double for its monitoring service. According to emails sent to Ring Protect Plus customers, they will be migrated to the Pro plan in March, which costs $200 a year as opposed to $100 a year. That's
Bit of an increase.
That's double the number of hundreds of dollars a year.
That's
bad.
Yes.
One of those customers happens to be Verge writer Sean Hollister, who found it strange that Amazon's email started with, "This is your reminder."
As it's the first time.
Yeah, he did manage to find an FAQ that claimed that customers had been emailed about the change in September of 2021. But he then dug up the relevant email, whose subject line read, "Important, your plan name has changed." In the body of the email, it read, "Don't worry, everything else is staying the same." The actual notification that the plan itself would be phased out and migrated to Ring Protect Pro was located in a small footnote at the bottom of the email. That is skeezy.
You know, if they got the upgrade for free, then sure.
Other Ring users have posted emails from Amazon on Reddit, which have the heading, "New name, new features, same great price." These emails then go on to note that their subscription will no longer include alarm professional monitoring and SOS emergency response. Amazon has not given a reason for the price increase. This is flipping wild. Here's some screenshots. This does not sound like a price increase.
Here's a question for you. Here's a question. Is this puffery?
I mean, apparently that's a throwback to our first topic for those of you who are just joining us.
Yeah. That's a massive yikes. This sucks. By the way, what is happening down there?
That's the deep brand spot. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I don't know how to deal with this, because we've talked about this fairly recently, actually, where I basically said, look, a contract should be a contract, and you shouldn't be able to unilaterally change it. And the response to that is, well, from a legal standpoint, the contract is auto-renewing on a monthly basis, and every month it's a new contract. So they're just giving their customers a new contract. The problem with that logic, though, is that in my mind, there's an implicit long-term expectation for anything with an upfront cost that we are not, in fact, on a month-to-month deal here where you can change it anytime you want. And for something like a security system, that upfront cost is a lot more than just, a few $100s on a camera here and there. It could be creating a workflow around it. It could be training people on how to use it. It could be the time that you invest in installing it. Once you're in this ecosystem, it's actually a hugely, highly frictious, high friction. The point is that it can be a lot of work to get out of it. And so if all you have is this, month-to-month agreement that can just be changed unilaterally by the provider at any time, what is your protection? What is the point of having a contract? And I don't know how to deal with this, because you can't force a company to maintain the same terms of service and the same pricing model in perpetuity. That's not fair or right either. But you also can't be in a situation where freaking everything is like negotiating with Darth Vader. I have altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it further. Well, why? But I'm stuck in this deal.
Yeah.
I'm Lando.
What if? I think we've had these conversations before, but what if you were offered a full refund at that moment? Like, hey, this subscription cost is doubling. We're gonna actually tell you properly instead of trying to hide it. To be clear, let's make that major change, and then offer you a refund. Because I understand the initial buy-in thing is rough, but I can also understand where, market conditions might change. They might need to charge more for the upkeep and maintenance of something. But if that's the case, do they just offer to essentially buy back your product?
I think if they buy back the product, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Google did that with Stadia. I wasn't mad.
Yep.
Like if you can't afford, if it's no longer sustainable for you to offer me the service that you offered me at the price the price that we all agreed on, then by all means, here you can take your stuff back and I'll take my money back.
You can say as much as you want about how they should have scoped it in better and understood their costs and stuff like that. And that's all fair, well, and good when you're talking about things without doing things. But when you start doing things, you run into this problem where basically every company, if they want to be competitive, have to operate on economies of scale. So when you're developing something, you have to assume some amount of scale and price into that. And if you don't reach that scale, it might not be economically viable anymore. But at that point, it's not your customer's fault that it isn't economically viable.
Yeah, that's not their problem.
So you got to buy back your devices.
Squirrel King makes a really great point here. Let's pretend that an employment contract worked like this. Would you accept that? Would you accept an employment contract that was essentially a month-to-month contract that they could just change at any time?
I guess employment contracts don't, but contracts sort of do, depending on the terms. Usually they max at a year, and then you have to renegotiate.
They can, but that's a little more complicated, because a lot of the time, a contractor can also make the argument that if they're fulfilling the role of an employee, that they should be considered an employee, and their protections should be employee-grade protections as opposed to just contract protections.
Yeah.
No, I don't think people would accept that. And so if we don't accept that, that we could just be paid less. If our employer decides arbitrarily this month that we'll be paid less,
obviously I agree with that, to be clear. But it's I'm trying to think of scenarios where that does happen. And I guess it happens on a company level, but I don't think it normally happens on an individual level. If we have some form of work contract with some company,
Yeah.
it's very likely that it might be a shorter term renewing contract.
Yeah, it would probably
But
be.
that's company to company. That's not person to company or
Yeah.
person to person.
But
I think
so-
usually person to person, there's more protections.
And yeah, and I'm talking about like consumer protections.
Yeah.
Like protections for the individual. It just feels like we've ignored them for so long.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of it.
Lena Khan, dude. She's doing work. It's been getting a little bit better.
All right, what else we got? Anyway, Amazon. Bad. Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sponsors. Thanks, Dan. The show is brought to you today by Manscaped. Can you spot me in this photo? Nice. That's what you'll look like if you don't tidy yourself up with Manscaped. They just dropped the new Chairman Pro package, and it has everything you need to transform yourself from Sasquatch to Sphinx. Inside, you'll find the Chairman Pro electric foil shaver, power shave gel, and face shave soother, all in one bundle. The foil shaver features a 360-degree contouring head and 2 interchangeable skin-safe blade heads, so whether you're going for smooth as butter or a rugged look, they've got you covered. Plus, with their Flex Adjust technology, the pivoting head adapts to the contours of your face and neck, making shaving a breeze. And don't forget the Power Shave Gel and Face Shave Soother, which help reduce redness and irritation before and after you shave. Check out the Chairman Pro package at manscaped.com/LTT20 and use code LTT20 to get 20% off plus free shipping. Look at that. That's international shipping.
Wow.
Wow. That's good, though. That's good. The show is also brought to you by Squarespace. Ever gotten lost in one of those how to code a website tutorials? Trust me, even with all the tech tips, your site can still end up looking like a 5-year-old's art project. Uncle Linus Painting Company. That is actually from me painting at Dennis's house. Fun fact. Anywho, our sponsor, Squarespace, is your all-in-one website platform that uses AI to help anyone build a beautiful, personalized website with ease. Not only do they offer a variety of award-winning templates, but they also provide tons of features to help you run your online business. You can send invoices, accept payments from your clients through debit, credit, ACH, and more, and you can do it right on Squarespace. You'll also get access to analytics, so you can track your site's performance and see what's working for your business. We love how simple Squarespace is. Anyone can hop in and make updates, and that's why we use it for our site too. We're actually working on a redesign that's going to look a lot better than this one, so stay tuned for that. Plus, you can pick from tons of domain names with built-in privacy and security. So start building your website today and receive 10% off your first purchase by visiting squarespace.com/LTT. Finally, the show is brought to you by 1Password. Imagine your company's security like the backyard of my house.
Huh.
That's a really
that's an interesting shot that they chose.
weird shot.
Yeah. You've got some real distance going on there.
The nice paved paths are laid out for company-owned devices, IT-approved apps, and managed employee identities, so only the approved ones can enter my house. But the shortcuts through the grass symbolize unmanaged devices, shadow IT apps, and trespassers, like Dennis. Most security tools only operate on the brick paths, but ignore what lurks in the long grass. This is such a weird thing that he's done. That's where our sponsor, 1Password Extended Access Management, comes in. It helps weed out unmanaged devices, apps, and identities, ensuring strong and protected user credentials. They address issues that traditional IAM and MDM can't handle. It's available now for companies with Okta and coming later this year to Google Workspace and Microsoft Entra. Check it out at onepassword.com/WANshow. Cool.
Huh. All right.
Okay, it's merch message time apparently.
Yeah.
Hit me, Dan.
LDL, hoping you can settle an argument. I've been saying for
We will make more.
Yes, I've been
Yeah,
saying for the
feel like that's
non-gamer, Intel and AMD waited too long to release HEDT chips, and Apple now dominates that space with the Mac Studio. Thoughts?
No?
All right, next question.
Well, I think, should we say a little bit more about it?
Get wrecked. Okay, moving on.
So okay. I think the bigger thing that happened to the HEDT market is that the high-end consumer chips kind of took their place. I mean, you can get a Ryzen 9950X, which has 16 flipping cores. They're ripping fast. They're Zen 5. And you can put that on a commodity AM5 motherboard. I believe some of them even support ECC memory, even if it's unofficial. Does Ryzen 9000 still support ECC? I actually did not look into that. I'm going to have a look. Yes, they all support ECC memory with the caveat that it requires motherboard support. Is that different than the 7000 series? Yeah, okay, so it seems to still be a thing. The point is that if you want like a random like affordable workstation, you don't have to go to high-end desktop. And the only real reason to go Threadripper Pro, to go for a true high-end desktop. Oh, right. Then on the Intel side, you've got like their 24-core chips at the high end of their consumer models. So the only real reason to go high-end desktop would be if you need like Mondo memory bandwidth, which admittedly, the Mac Studio is going to do a great job of, especially if your workload benefits from sharing that memory between the CPU and GPU. Or if you need a whole bunch of PCIe expansion, which the Mac Studio doesn't address at all. So I don't think the Mac Studio is really up against HEDT at all. I think it's up against high-end consumer, and high-end consumer is anything but dead. That's not dead at all. With that said, I think that Apple has kind of killed their own workstation market a little bit. I was thinking of pitching this to Horst as a MAC address video. Like, I think the biggest damage Apple has probably done to their M Silicon lineup is by making the M1 series too good. I have not talked to a single person running a first gen M series Mac who's like, yeah, I really need something newer. And I'm sure there's people who are like hardcore into like music production.
How old are the M1 Max at this point? Sorry.
They're like 4 or 5 years old now. Hardcore into music production, or who does a lot of rendering work or whatever else, who legitimately like needs a better one. But in terms of general consumers, which, let's face it, is a lot of Apple's customers, even though they put Pro at the end of everything, M1 series is like, yeah, Dwinlen says, yeah, I'm still on M1 and it's great. 2020. Apparently it was 2020. Yeah, my M1 Mac Studio is still kicking butt. Jay Fife says M1 fucks. Yeah, dude. There's Apple keeps kind of coming out and being like, yeah, we've got new M Silicon. And it's really great. And if I was buying a new Mac because I didn't have one, I'd get the new one or whatever.
I think that type of life cycle is just becoming a thing for all computers now.
I think that's fair.
I realized the other day, my dad, who still plays, not necessarily the most demanding games, but he plays any game that he wants.
Yep.
That comes out new, whatever. Sandy Bridge.
Wow.
To the point where I never realized
to the point where you're a bad son.
It was never a problem. You know which one it is, too? It's the one you gave him for doing the whole room water cooling piping.
No way.
Yeah.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah. Because I was like, wait, what? Why would you even have that? And then I looked in his computer and I was like, oh.
If Rob needs an upgrade, I think we can take care of him.
Also, by the way, I have literally given him one. He just hasn't built the computer yet.
Never mind. Okay.
Because he wants to do this, I haven't had the heart to really tell him that Tynan already did it, but he wants to do a hard copper piped cooled system, and he's designing it all and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
With one of the members of the community that was one of the whales at Whale Land. He's designing it with him. And It's going to be this sick thing. So he hasn't bothered to upgrade his platform and stuff yet because the games that he plays doesn't really need it anyways. Sure. And because he's
waiting to do an epic build.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all copper builds have been done many times. I don't think it matters that it's not unique. And
he's got this, I don't want to spoil it, but he's got this specific design element that he wants to tie in, which is genuinely really cool. So
super cool. Sweet. Luke's dad, AMD Ultimate Tech upgrade.
That'd be kind of sick.
I mean, look, I can't preferentially, make sure he gets one, but I think if you threw him in the thing, I mean, he's done some stuff for us behind the scenes. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? I don't want to. I'm not in charge of that.
Yeah.
We'll
see if the rule makers are cool.
Clear it with the powers that be. Clear it with the powers that be. Yeah. I'm fine with it though.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say. I'll say that.
Hey, Luke, Dan, and Linus, was there a point in the business where you ever questioned where you wouldn't be able to keep promises that you had made to anyone inside or outside the company?
That's a hilarious question. Remember the whole Trust Me Bro backpack warranty controversy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big part of it.
That's what it's based around.
That's the whole thing where I was like, okay, we should really thoughtfully craft something that will be enduring and that will capture the spirit of, what I would do if I was still around, but also not be an albatross hanging around the neck of someone that might, inherit or purchase the company or whatever else. And it turns out that what people actually wanted was just a generic, shitty, warranty statement that basically just allows us to weasel out of anything. And we gave them that, and they were happy with it. And I was like, okay,
bye.
Sure.
Oh wait, I'm not allowed to say that.
Okay, bye everybody.
Okay, show's over.
Pushing the button.
Crap. I think as well, these days, we have proven that the company has a lot of resiliency these days.
Yep.
But in the really early days, I think we were all somewhat doing that to each other. Just being like, no, we're fine. It'll be okay. We're fine. This new debt or big risk that we've taken or whatever is fine. And then, a few years in, it ended up being true. But I think at the beginning, we were all somewhat, if you reassure each other enough times, you're kind of reassuring yourself.
Yeah. There were definitely times in the first 6 months that, I told Luke and Ed, okay, we got this. Let's go. And I wasn't 100% sure if we had this, but I was sure as heck going to do my best. That might have been some puffery.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Back to the backpack thing for a second. My point was always just that the will of the company to honor the warranty is everything, and the exact terms are sort of immaterial. And I think that we've seen this time and time again since I said that. So now you guys have a written warranty statement, but if you carefully read it, it's basically at our discretion if we do anything. And if you read anyone else's warranty, it's the same. It's basically at their discretion because a warranty exists as legal liability butt covering. That's why it's written. It's not for you.
It's there for the company. It's not there for you.
Yeah. And
there's a lot of things that are true that way. And if pay more attention. I don't know what else to say.
I get shot as a messenger a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, just stop assuming. I don't know. Companies aren't here to make you happy. That's a hopefully intended byproduct of them making money.
Mr. Blonde 42 says a limited warranty limits the customer's rights, not the company's. Yeah. And what's actually really interesting is we did a video recently. I don't know if we've actually uploaded it yet, or if I've watched it, but you guys haven't seen it yet. I think you guys have seen this one where there's this memory. It's the buying the worst products one. The memory comes with a limited lifetime warranty. And then if you actually dig into the warranty, which is not available anywhere on their site, but Tom's Hardware asked them for it when they covered the brand. I forget what the brand is, but it's in that video. Within the first year, you get a brand new replacement. After the first year, for the next 2 years, you get a refurbished replacement. And then after that, they charge you to fix it.
My favorite...
So if you told me you have a lifetime warranty, but after a couple of years, it basically meant, give me that water bottle. Oh, it's broken? Okay, that'll be $25 for a new water bottle. Is that a fucking warranty?
My
but
favorite...
technically, legally,
it is.
That's a warranty.
Yeah. My favorite limited lifetime warranties are when they're limited lifetime warranties only on manufacturer defects.
Yeah.
So it's like if you don't notice a manufacturer defect for 40 years,
yeah,
we'll cover it. But it's like, what do you even mean?
Yeah.
That's, I don't know.
Like, dude, the warranty for the backpack is like, yeah, it doesn't cover wear and tear. So literally, it's a lifetime warranty on that when you first got it. it's good.
So if you never removed it out of the box and you kept the box in a temperature and environmentally controlled chamber and then opened it in 20 years, maybe, you know, and there's a defect with it or something.
People had no idea what they were asking me for.
Yeah.
And you know what? I handled it poorly.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Let's go. Poor handling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I did not explain it well. And realistically, we should have just...
You dug your heels in. We should have just given them a warranty.
We should have just had the stupid, meaningless piece of paper for you.
You should have just done both. You should have given the warranty first and then been like, by the way, it doesn't matter. What matters is this other stuff.
We probably should have a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, at that
fun.
time, I think the CW team was like 7 people or something like that.
Maybe even less.
And we didn't have, we literally still don't have a lawyer on staff.
No.
Right? Like we didn't have a ton of experience doing that stuff.
We wouldn't have enough work for them, but it does suck sometimes.
Oh, I know, 100%. I just mean, like, I'm looking at it going like it just wasn't a priority. Because we knew that if there was a problem, we were going to take care of it. And I get it, you know, you guys wanted assurance. It's just that what we gave you wasn't assurance. The only assurance we gave you was our word. And also this worthless piece of paper.
Alon, I don't know if this is true or not, but Alon in Floatplane chat says lifetime is the expected lifetime of the product as defined by the manufacturer, not the lifetime of the
That's true.
buyer. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. No, the whole thing is just complete
That's
nonsense.
even worse.
It's complete nonsense. And I don't know. And to be clear, some companies are really good about it.
Yep.
Like they will honor stuff well beyond what is actually
usually
reasonable.
It's companies honoring things beyond the warranty. It's not.
Yep.
Yeah. Or they have like an agreement, which isn't technically a warranty.
Yeah. Neen Exists says it's a lifetime warranty. When it wears out or is broken, the lifetime is up. So the warranty has run out.
Genius.
Yeah.
I love it. Anyway, we got you.
Oh, interesting. Ben Mitchell said lifetime fluids in cars equals a warranty period. A BMW lifetime fluid in a gearbox is 50,000 miles. Wow.
Yeah.
The wording of things is so crazy sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's hilarious. All right. Hit us, Dan.
Sure, I got one more. Hey guys, was wondering, what are your thoughts on continuous returns? Buy a laptop at Costco, play for 90 days, return, get brand new one. Is that bad e-waste wise?
I'm pretty sure it's fraud.
It's called friendly fraud or retail fraud.
So have fun with that.
Yep.
Pay your taxes or don't.
What do you guys think about not paying your taxes ever? If I never pay them, they can't find me. They won't know I exist.
Free housing, speed run.
Don't be surprised if you eventually do get put on a persona non grata list. You may not be welcome to shop at Costco forever if you do that. Look, I am not going to lie to you. I have taken advantage of generous return policies before. I shouldn't have. That was bad. I actually remembered recently, probably the most egregious example of this.
Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. The most egregious example of this was actually when I was working at NCIX, and I bought
I know this one.
3 TVs from Best Buy so that I could make a video about a triple TV setup, and then I returned them.
Yeah, that's not great.
I gotta admit, I didn't properly think about the implications. Like, I didn't think about that these were basically going to be sold at a loss. Like, I didn't look at their open box pricing. I was just like, I need 3 TVs now. Wait, do we have to keep these? Yeah, I don't need them anymore. I kept, they're in perfect shape. I put them back all nice. Like, is this really that much of a problem? That was really bad. I really shouldn't have done that. Chief 5609 says, don't people do this with clothes a lot? I've actually heard that that's
Really?
a trend that is skyrocketing right now. I forget what it's called. There's like a term for it. Is it called labeling or something? Buying clothes and returning trend. Wardrobing. The term wardrobing may not be common yet, but the trend is. This is from Times of India. Shoppers are buying clothes just for the Instagram pic, hiding the labels in the shot, and then returning them. And apparently, like, high-end boutiques are dealing with a ton of this right now.
That's super cool, dude. That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah, so it's a whole thing. And have I done this? Yes. Do I feel bad about it? Yes. Should I do that again? No. No, I should not. I think that for my part, unless I have a strong intent to own the product, like I'll return things if I'm not happy with them, if they don't meet my expectations. But if I buy something, it's because I have a strong intent to own it. Yeah. I'm sorry, Best Buy.
I've barely ever returned anything. I don't buy very many things, which is probably the root of that cause.
Well, you and I have both taken advantage of extended warranties. I know that.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
That one? Given the predatory nature of them, I think I could probably rationalize myself into an I don't feel that bad about it space.
Yeah.
However,
it's not technically okay.
What I will say is I probably took it pretty far.
Oh, yeah.
So.
But, you know.
That's that. Yep.
You decide what you're okay with and you move on.
That also happened at a time when I really didn't have any money, which doesn't make it okay either.
But also.
And I'm sorry. But also that whole extended warranty thing at particularly the shop that it happened at, Future Shop, was pretty skeezy and pretty pushy and pretty exploitative. It was realistically only through taking advantage of loopholes that you could ever really benefit from it.
Yes.
And so I found those loopholes.
Yeah.
And benefit from them, I did.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't have done that.
Sure.
How did we end up on this topic?
That was a merch message.
I don't know what it was, but yeah, it was.
All right. Cool.
2-3 more topics.
Yeah, hit me.
California tries to keep big tech out of your brain, but does it go far enough? California became the second... it's gone. California became the second U.S. state to officially protect neural data in state law after Colorado. The bill amends the California Consumer Privacy Act of 2018 and as such prevents companies from selling or sharing a person's neural data. It also requires companies to make efforts to anonymize make efforts to anonymize, also known as why not, and gives consumers the right to know what information is collected and the right to delete that information. However, some mental privacy advocates don't feel the law goes far enough in how it defines neural data. While this law protects the raw data from your brain and nerves, it's not clear whether the law covers inferences and conclusions made from that data. Information that is arguably more sensitive. Yeah,
oh, good Lord.
For sure.
Sorry, I'm reading ahead. This is, oh, man.
For example, MIT Technology Review points out that that research has used EEG data, a measure of the brain's electrical activity, to predict volunteers' sexual orientation or whether they use recreational drugs. Conclusions like this may not be covered.
Although what is interesting is that if you were ever not sure if, like, being gay is real, because, I don't know, you live in the Stone Age or something like that.
Brain waves.
Here you go.
Cool.
You're welcome.
Privacy advocates have also argued for broadening the definition of neural data to include physiological and behavioral data, since brain activity isn't the only indicator of how you're feeling. Heart rate can indicate excitement or stress, and eye tracking can indicate what choice you're likely to make. Interesting. Oh, man. Yeah. Eye tracking. If it indicates what choice you're likely to make, and then if they figure out that you're choosing the one that they don't want you to choose, they could do like a flash sale right before your eyes to get you to get the one that they want you to buy. Oh, that sucks. That's terrible. I'm happy they're moving on this, but I mean,
It feels like it's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
There's going to be loopholes. We're boned.
even at the front, right? Like,
We're boned, dude.
we're requiring companies to make efforts to anonymize the data. That means they're going to do the absolute minimum as required by law and try to hide it as much as possible. That doesn't mean they're going to do it.
Siferin says, we already know free will isn't an actual thing. You could very much predict a lot of stuff. Oh, no. Corey is the name, says the proletariat will rise up and eat the rich before this all gets too far out of hand. Just wait.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can.
Or will.
Oh man, who did that good video on authoritarianism? Keys of power, blah 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 blah. Who was it? CGP Grey. The rules for rulers. You should watch this, because the thing is, when you have the tools of mass surveillance and you have tools of mass oppression, you don't actually need a lot of people that you take care of really well to
maintain power.
To maintain power over a great many people who you are exploiting, and it's pretty scary. It's an older video, but it is definitely worth having a look at. The rules for rulers from CGP Grey. CGP Grey hasn't had any like controversies or anything, has he?
Who knows?
Okay. Well, I hope not.
It's too hard.
I don't know who I'm promoting.
Yeah, the audiences got to get over that.
Yeah,
it's too much.
I would be so sad if he ever did.
Yeah, I have seen his face.
Oh my.
Yeah, which I don't know if it's interesting anymore.
An unmasker.
Because yeah, he might have done a face reveal. I have no idea. I haven't paid attention lately. I would also just like you guys to remember that I advocated for you. Don't eat me.
Yeah.
Would you eat me?
I don't think so. Yeah, sure.
Really?
No.
Like, are we talking if I was dead already,
Yeah,
or you
I'm
would
wondering.
actually participate in the murder first?
Well, I'm not gonna.
Like, which scenario are we looking at?
I'm not
here?
gonna Caesar you.
I don't know. We could find 12 more people.
But if someone else seasoned me.
Caesar. I meant.
Oh, okay.
Caesar.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just.
Put some Franks on there.
When you start, I would put Franks on. Yeah. Lucas and Brutus. No.
And you, Lucas?
No, but when you're running your cult town,
Yeah. Okay.
you'd have to be careful to not get Caesared.
Right. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to be running a cult town. We've talked about this. That's your dream, not my dream.
Instead of
Our
Rome,
dream.
it's Loam.
Oh man. Crystal says I'm not a billionaire, so I'm not rich enough for that, and I am not. I want to make that very clear. By any measurement of my assets, I am.
Where is the line? Is the line billionaire?
I had this conversation with David.
I know.
Like ages ago. I forget where the line is, and it's after hours, so I'm not going to bother him about it. See?
I'm one of the nice ones.
Please don't eat me. Like I'd call Nick. Whatever. Nick's in management. Whatever. Yeah. But
most people are saying billionaire. It looks Canadian or American. That's a huge difference.
I'm nowhere near either. Like it's not even.
Oh no!
It's not even on the radar.
I'm saying where the line is.
Oh, we got to talk in U.S. dollars. U.S. dollars is the global measure of wealth.
Yeah.
So okay. Well, without looking at the answers. Okay. So where's your line? Let's bring Dan into this.
To the eat the rich line.
Yeah. The eat the rich. Where's the eat the rich line?
I mean, there's a couple schools of thought because there's.
Okay. We have an expert. Thank you, Dan. Yes.
I mean, because you've got like a lot of people talk about the middle class.
Yeah.
And the lower class and the upper class, but there's only working class and like the ownership class, right? Middle class is kind of a design to split the people, right, against the uppers of society.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, Linus would be one of those people already because he employs people and owns a factory.
But he does also work.
Yeah, but
I don't have to though.
You don't have to.
I think that's an important line. I don't have to realistically anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Does Linus deserve to be guillotined?
Well, hold on a second. Let me just jump in and correct you. It's guillotined.
Yes.
So
That's probably not going to win me
now
any
that
favors.
he did that, yes.
All right, I'll go get the one in my car. I've been waiting for this. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little difficult, right? Where is the line of like Bezos to Linus? Literature would tell us that there is no line, right?
Interesting. But I can tell you that the difference between my lifestyle and my wealth and Bezos's
It's extremely dramatic.
Absolutely
is
incomparable.
colossal. Buddy literally wanted them to deconstruct a fucking bridge
For his fancy
so that he
boat.
could get his boat out of the shipyard. Like this is like
Is it a historical bridge?
Nah,
I like my
everyone has a price.
I like my boat.
I
would like
need to get my shirts out.
My boat needs to be in slightly different water.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure
Need to get
there's a
my
line.
shirts out?
Well, because you have the $400 shirts and you need them in your villa in the
Yes.
south of France.
Yes.
This is a great post from Imperator. The difference between $1 billion and $1 million is approximately $1 billion.
Yeah, but what if you had 800 million or 500 million or 100 million?
I don't know. I feel unqualified to weigh in on this. I'm just kind of sitting here and
That's another
figuring out if I need to get my go bag.
Linus has money, right? And I think Linus, we've talked about this after WAN a few times now, right? Linus he's got money,
But there's also
but he doesn't have like a lot of money.
There's also an interesting question because like the valuation of the company was something that was brought up a little while ago.
Yes.
So we said publicly what the offer was.
Yes.
But this is one of those, as much as we've tried to rage against this, we are one of those inverted pyramid YouTube companies where if you leave, we're in trouble.
Like the machine
We're
isn't
not necessarily
self-sustaining.
like
Amazon will be okay.
it might have a pretty flat bottom of the pyramid,
Right.
Inverted pyramid, but it's still an inverted pyramid.
So, and we're trying
And
to make that better, but it is
Yep.
hard.
yeah.
What we do.
It's not necessarily about that, I think, right?
I think it is
Like-
though, because that is not cash that he has. That is an asset that he owns, which is the
if
company.
we take Linus out of the equation, I
And
think
if-
he's just an example in this, right?
Take me out of the equation. I don't like the direction this is going.
We'll
With
pull
what
him into
device?
pieces, right? Like Linus has money, right?
Those machines are in Diablo.
Yeah, exactly. But he doesn't have like extreme levels of wealth, like
I mean,
intergenerational
What I'm saying is
levels
too
of
is
wealth.
if he stops working, also known as leaves the company, the value of the thing that he owns goes down significantly.
But again, it's not about necessarily Linus in particular when we're talking about this line, right? Say Linus just owned the factory that is LMG, right?
Sure.
Right? He could dissolve it. That would be fine. He could take the money from the buyout, which would be, 9 figures or something like that.
Yeah, but the buyout required him to stay, so he's still
It did.
working.
It did require me to stay for a period of 2 years.
Again, you're still using him as the example.
Yeah, but he's the thing that
if
we're
you
talking
had
about.
$100 million, right?
Yeah.
And wasn't working or just owned the company and did other things, like, is that where the line is?
This is
Is
why
it
I'm
50
asking.
million?
Because what
Is
I'm
it 10
saying is
million?
he doesn't have $100 million
I don't.
because he didn't accept the buyout, and
But I own an asset that's worth that. But
Sort
the
of.
asset is worth less if I'm not working.
yeah,
So it's complicated.
yeah.
Okay. But my question, let's get off the subject of me for a minute.
That's what I'm trying to do.
No,
My question is, where would the line be if we weren't talking about me?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Does it come down to what you do day to day? Is it your lifestyle, or is it your wealth, like your net worth, or is it your cash? Because you could have a very frugal lifestyle, but you could have a ton of cash in the bank and just choose to live like a normal person. You could have an extravagant lifestyle, but actually have no real assets. So you're living check to check, but you have a huge income. You could have huge wealth, huge net worth, but actually all of it is illiquid. unliquid, illiquid, whatever. It's not liquid, right? It's tied up. It's in companies that are private companies, so you can't just like trade the stock on the open market or anything like that. So in that category, you could live a very extravagant lifestyle, or you could not live a very extravagant lifestyle, or you could live somewhere in between. Like, what are we measuring here?
I don't know. I think it depends on too many. Your disregard for human life, which is an impossible thing to measure, but I do agree, which is part of the problem, because like if you own a bunch of businesses but aren't raking disgusting, ruin the world level profit margins like a lot of businesses do, and you're employing a bunch of people in jobs that are paying them well and stuff like that, if you have a bunch of wealth because you technically own all these businesses, I don't think you should just be guillotined.
I think that kind of depends on the person, right? Because technically you would be of the ownership class and therefore subject to head separation, right?
Okay. But does it... Okay, so then tell me this. On the subject of head separation then, does it come down to what your answer to the trolley problem would be? Would you...
Do you own the company that produces the trolleys? Are you the train company? If so, head separated. If you are employed by the train company to drive the train over people, then you don't get guillotined.
But does that mean that the person pulling the lever, who doesn't own anything, regardless of decision, is cool?
I don't know. If you had 4 billionaires on one side and 1 billionaire on one side, like, how can I drift across both tracks, you know?
Oh, man.
It's
Deja vu.
I've seen that done a lot. I don't know. I don't know. Where is the line? If it's just monetary wealth, like Linus said, it depends how you use it. If you just have a lot of wealth and are nice, like, okay, Bill Gates.
Okay.
Bill Gates versus Jeff Bezos.
So I could talk a fair bit about how
Drop them both.
Bill Gates has done a lot of
What if I just owned all the farmland? What would happen then?
What about the guy that bought the onion futures for the entire U.S. for like ever, and then had to get rules made about him? What if you'd have just so much money you can just be like, I own all the vegetables?
Yeah.
which happened.
Gates has yet to provide a really solid defense for why he owns such a large proportion of the agricultural land in the United States of America.
What if I controlled all of their food? What if I was the one that got to decide if you eat or not?
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
I don't know that I would draw a distinction between those two particular...
I don't at all.
What if it's living outside of your means? Like, if you have 2 houses, guillotine.
Living outside of your means, though, if anything, I think that you could make the argument that they're a victim of a society that has... No, hold on, I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay.
All right, let's go. I'm into this.
No. Of a society that has...
They're pulling the rope back.
That has made...
They're getting it ready.
What if they're a victim of a society that has set unrealistic expectations for what kind of lifestyle they have to uphold in order to be one of the cool kids, if that's meaningful to them? What if they're a victim of the kind of borrowing culture that we have, and they were they felt pressured in order to keep up to borrow money in order to sort of build that.
Is that the way you were trying to live outside your means?
Not necessarily.
Yeah,
I think more like being inside of a societal place. Like everybody has enough. Like eventually you have enough. Right. One of the arguments that I wanted to make was like, okay, you have more than $200 million, just 100% tax. You can't have more than $200 million. But then thinking about somebody like Bezos, who actually has no money because he just has giant loans and then he borrows against those loans. So he's in debt forever. Right. He uses his massive stock wealth, which isn't really anything, to basically be in, hundreds of $millions of debt. Like Linus probably has more money than Bezos. Maybe.
Not.
Probably not. But you kind of get the comparison,
He's probably got
right?
more liquid cash just in case he feels like doing anything.
Yeah, in case he needs like a gold-plated
maybe I need to buy a
tissue paper to put his
exactly.
nose on.
I just have a bunch of gold bars in my basement, that sort of thing, right?
I wonder how many seconds it would take
It's already that many.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you have 2 houses, if you own 400 acres of land, if you have 75 cars,
Okay, what if
What if you have 400 acres of land and it's all agriculture and you're growing crops for people and you're not necessarily making?
Yeah, what if you're not gouging?
Yeah.
Then are you a
I think a
chill
lot of it
landowner?
to me is the gouging. How are you actively using your immense wealth to make life terrible for other people? And I think just hoarding wealth and doing nothing with it is a form of actively using it to make other people's lives
Okay,
terrible.
tell me this. I mean, it's no secret that the badminton center, based on the list price, is worth anywhere between about 20 to, let's see, what would the math be? 20 to 23 million US dollars.
Okay.
That's not a secret that you can look that up. I clearly own a badminton center because I made a video about it.
And this building.
And this building.
And the other building.
And the labs building.
And the other building.
And Creator Warehouse building.
And your house.
And my house. You forgot my old house where my in-laws live.
Okay, I didn't know that was public.
Well, whatever.
It is now.
Apparently it
I
is.
think you have talked about that on Wine before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Guillotine?
Do we make a fancy one? Do we get D-Brand to skin it?
LTTStore. We could live stream it. The end of the streak.
They are our official, they're our official skin partner.
Oh, jeez.
Am I doing anything that makes someone's life actively worse?
That's where a lot of it
You
comes down to
don't
me.
invest in real estate. You invest in business real estate. I always respect that about you, is you're not buying up houses.
But I do. But okay, so if I own 2 houses, but I literally give one of them to a relative to live in, am I evil?
I think landlords are evil. Landscape, like real estate prospector type people.
Okay, am I a landlord if I don't charge them? Or am I just a land
No,
guy?
you're like
Land bro.
land bro. We're putting your rent down this month. I'm sorry. I have to pay you now.
Land son. Yeah.
Land son. I don't know. It's I mean, this is a thing that's been debated for a bazillion years.
In
right?
my opinion, it completely comes down to the oppression and neck stomping that happens. And if if you have your 400 acres, but you're doing it to grow crops that you're selling at fair prices that are not crushing anyone,
But
and people
you
can
could argue that just having that much capital in general is bad.
Yeah,
if it is impossible for anyone else to do farming because you own all the farmland, Bill Gates, then yeah, I agree that that's bad. But there is a lot of land. Like if you have 400 acres in Canada and you're not really close to the American border, who cares?
Yeah, but what's stopping me with my vast amounts of wealth to just go to another country and buy up all of their stuff, right?
But you didn't.
So is it the power then? So back to where's the line is? Is the line power?
This is where we go to the ownership class versus the working class, right?
But
Ownership
there's degrees
class has
of
the power.
There's degrees of ownership class.
And so where is the power line, right? If money's not a problem, how much control and power do you have, right? I think that should be the deciding
if
factor,
you use
right?
it poorly, though. Now we're getting into I
And
don't
it becomes
understand
back onto the person.
the terms for what these different political and philosophical arguments are, but I'm going to call this the Superman discussion because good dude, tons of power, right? So I think there is, like I'm saying, with this farmer 400 acres, but not competitive 400 acres that's growing crops and selling them at fair prices.
Is that man should fight him?
Yeah. Well, Batman should keep him in check.
Yeah.
You know? So like I think I would want to pay attention to that guy. But it's fine. People need crops.
Sue for AWS asks, don't you still own the old Langley house also as a landlord? Yes. The only reason is they asked me not to sell.
That's 3 houses.
They were going to buy it.
That's a lot of business property.
Hold on. They were gonna buy
That's
it.
a whole company.
We said we
That's
wanted
a lot of things.
Okay, give me a sec.
Pull the rope.
We wanted to sell it because we weren't interested in philosophically, I am against speculative investment in residential real estate.
I can verify that this all happened, by the way.
We wanted to sell it. The tenants asked us not to. because they wanted to put together a plan to be the ones to buy it because they like the house, they like the area, and it's a nice house. It's
I
a nice
believe
area.
they even gave you a timeline.
Yes. They ultimately were not able to do that and asked to renew their lease.
Was it because of your oppressive landlord pricing?
No.
Okay.
We gave them, I believe, the same. Don't quote me on this. I believe we gave them the same or a very similar rate to expand to the rest of the house once you moved out of the basement. And we have never increased their rent.
Ever? They're never going to leave. Is there a too nice?
No, there's not.
Is there a...
Well, this becomes the other argument, too,
When they
right?
move out,
Nobody
because-
has enough money to be nice to everybody. Therefore, you're being mean, right? You could just use your money to buy a swath of houses and then have everybody live in them for free. And it just that wouldn't work either.
Now we're making the town! Yeah!
400 acres of forest in
Everything-
northern BC and
Yeah.
then build a town and then have
Yeah.
everybody live in there for
Everything
free.
comes back to Linus
You could
Town.
even provide them clothing and food
And you would know the clothing was made well.
by us. I mean, the hypothetical people who lived in the town.
you have my personal commitment. When they move out, we're going to sell it. I believe we have a demand problem here for housing, but we also have a supply problem, and I don't want to contribute to the supply problem. But I'm also not into raising rents. We talked about this earlier on the show. To me, a contract is a contract. It's an agreement, and unilaterally changing the agreement is pretty stupid.
What about things like, here's a question, like if there's natural inflation and things like power, hydro, do you pass power and hydro on?
I have no idea.
I'm not surprised. I bet you don't, just because it would be annoying.
The truth is, I actually just don't care about
I think you're defending yourself, and I don't think we need to because you're a good one, maybe. We will find out eventually.
Is it possible for there to be a good one, though? That's the question.
Thing. But where is the power
I think there's got to be a limit.
Where's the power line? Linus doesn't have enough money or enough power to be a concern, right?
Do I?
He could. Who knows?
I don't know what I could do. I've never really thought about it.
I think it becomes a problem when you have so much wealth that you can buy all of the onions in the U.S.
Oh, and I can't.
Do you know what I mean? You could destroy an economy.
I can't buy politicians.
You can't buy politicians.
Well,
Or maybe I could.
you
I
not?
heard they're pretty cheap.
I was going to say,
actually.
I think you actually could. Looking at some of the documentation that I've seen online, I think you could probably buy a few. They don't. This seems to be a relatively easy thing to do.
I think so.
They're really not that expensive.
I'm not well read enough on the subjects to give all of the arguments.
Okay, so hear me out.
Please
Do it.
please
Yes!
please
We'll put the guillotine away.
This is a really cool
We'll dull
building.
the blade.
please.
It has a really flexible zoning.
This is sick.
It allows for recreation use, office use, multi-unit residential use.
The town.
It has over 600 underground parking stalls. This building is the size of a city block. It allows for mixed retail use, so we could literally have
we could have a store.
We could have an LTT,
The LTT store.
tech shop, where you could come get your computer repaired.
Dude, get that tech mall in Taiwan?
It is almost 250,000 square feet. It is literally larger than the entire real estate portfolio that I currently own combined.
If it's 256,000 square feet, that would just be sick.
The only problem is that this is an infamous building.
Oh.
It was originally...
Is it haunted or something?
Here we go.
Vacant since 1998?
Oh, let's do it.
There's a really cool YouTube video
Ghost building,
where they go
ghost
into
building.
it from a few years back, and this thing has fucking rotted.
Oh,
It would be a nightmare.
moving vlogs for 4 years?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna get mesothelioma from putting all the cat 16 in it.
Yeah, here it is though. It's right between Guildford and Surrey Central City, so it's like actually an amazing
How has
location.
it been allowed to just be abandoned this whole time? Wow.
I heard a story that like an American investor showed up at a previous court-ordered sale and bought it for like a song, like a couple $1 million or something like that, and then just sat on it and then sold it. I think it sold a couple years ago again to someone who thought they could resurrect it. There's another court-ordered sale coming. Clearly nobody can get this thing off the ground.
They don't have a world-class team.
You could pee on the floor. What if you
Could have a whole stall for that.
could you like section off half the building, or honestly, from the sounds of it, 3/4 of the building,
I think that the city
and renovate part of it?
I think that the city is highly motivated to have this not just be an eyesore on like one of the major arteries. However, there would be serious like safety and building code concerns around any effort to resurrect this thing.
I'm so sorry.
Are you though?
The Reddit is really funny sometimes. I used to have problems with the Reddit. The Reddit has been hilarious for quite a while now. Oh man, that's really funny.
No, I need him to employ me.
Yeah, don't please.
All right.
I don't know. I have a weird opinion that I think a lot of the Eat the Rich stuff has been like rage porn. I don't know if we bleep that word out or not, but I did anyways.
He said porn.
Yeah, I guess we don't then.
I don't know. Sometimes we do.
I think it, because like the amount you hear people say like, oh, I'm gonna whatever. Like it's either that or it's that whole thing where like you say you're gonna do something, but then the second you say it, you're no longer really gonna do it. So if you're gonna really commit to things, you should just do it without talking about it. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Apparently it is.
I'm all about that now.
So now he's not about it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna quit now because I've already
Now he's
achieved
not
my
gonna do it.
goal.
Yeah. Yeah, because you get the like social
Even
credit.
thinking about it.
You get the social credit for saying you're gonna do the thing.
Right. And then it's like you're satisfied. You get the dopamine hit and then you're done.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like a lot of times, especially you should start and then form the habit, and then you can tell people. But you should establish the habit first.
Huh. No, I don't have a doomsday bunker. My goal is to live in harmony with the people around me and not need one. I hope.
But
600
sick
car
videos.
garage. 600 car garage doomsday bunker.
Sick videos if you did a doomsday. You know you can drive EVs in a doomsday bunker.
Oh man.
Be pretty sick.
Dude, Bill Randall, executive VP of the real estate company, said he's been involved in the building for 20 years, dating back to previous owners. Reached Friday, he confirmed Bansal as the current owner and list price of $63 million. Little rich for my blood. The important thing here
You know
is-
how the Badminton Center is like 99.8% done?
Yeah, well,
If you just abandon that project immediately and sell the whole building, and then sell all your other buildings, all of them combined, then just
I still don't think we could afford it.
and a bunch of debt. Who cares? Whatever.
Well, yeah, because the problem is not the $63 million. Like we could with our cash flow, with our
Loans and
assets, we
whatnot,
could probably get loans. We could probably buy it. Because if we were going to occupy it, we would only need, I think, 10% down. Like we could put together $6.3 million. We'll do another Lime sale, Linus Inventory Management Experience sale. We'll raise a couple mil that way. We'll we could probably scrape it together. The problem is how much we're going to spend in renovations. And to my point earlier about like safety and building code, you can't just be like in there working while you're renovating it. You can't. Well, okay, you can get
you can if you do like seals and stuff.
The plumbing is rotted out. Like, it's bad. It's real bad. And yeah, Migor says home renovations are always on time and on budget. So yeah, we would literally we'd have sold all of our buildings. We'd have nowhere to operate while we're like looking around going, okay, we're a bunch of like clothing designers and video production people. And now we're renovating a building. Like, it's just...
COVID era, work from home, no problem.
March 3025.
I don't think we could afford to fix it. That's the problem. Even if we could afford the building, I don't think we could afford to fix it. If we could work out a deal with the city where they would allow us to get a small part of it up to speed while we like tech reno it or something over a span of, like you said, like 4 years, then I don't know.
I'd probably take more than 4 years.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's.
I was wrong about 4 years to be
I was
ready.
wrong about the size. It's 275,000 square feet.
It's even bigger.
So this building we're in right now, including all the mezzanine spaces,
Dude, with the amount of parking spots, you could have with where it is and the amount of parking spots that there is, you could probably have an income stream just like renting out parking spots.
No one would park there.
600, isn't it right next to Guildford? You said?
It's in between Guildford and Surrey Central.
Oh,
It's like in no man's land. It's
Okay.
like if someone wanted to shop at the Superstore and walk 2 blocks, then they could
Okay.
park it. Except Superstore has their own parking, so we got nothing.
You just got to make that the happening place to be
Yeah, dude, this would be
by completely abandoning your badminton center and rebuilding it from scratch.
this would be tens of millions of dollars if you're lucky. And so this is the problem. In an 8-page sales brochure posted online, Colliers noted that the 2024 BC assessment value was more than 114 million. The problem is that if you buy this thing at, what did I say, 63 million? Yeah, if you buy this thing at 63 million and you spend $100 million renovating it, you're underwater. And I think that is maybe not 100 million, but I do think that it is not unrealistic for anyone who buys this to potentially spend that kind of money fixing it. So you could end up like, I had a pretty not serious conversation with Yvonne that was like, we should show up at the auction and offer like $2 million. Because if this thing is going to cost $100 million to renovate, then maybe it is actually worth nothing.
Well, at a certain point, it's worth the knockdown value.
Dude,
It would be worth
knockdown.
the land.
Oh, I don't know if the city would even allow you to do it though. Like, you need a permit to knock down a building. And I think the city wants this thing to be a thing. Yeah, this thing, dude, this thing is friggin' wild. Yeah, in 2021, there was a tour. There was a tour of the building. Here, I'm gonna wait till this ad finishes.
Is that a form of ad block? Is that okay? Is that fine? By watching this, by showing this to the stream, by showing this to the stream, but not having them watch the ad.
No.
Did you just perform
There's
a
an ad
form
for
of
Navigator.
piracy?
There's an ad for Navigator.
Was that
Whatever Black Press
Piracy.
Media is.
you all just everyone watching just engage in piracy?
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
No, it's right here. There, fine. Okay, so here we go. So here's the inside. It actually looks pretty decent.
Oh yeah.
It's been vacant for more than 2 decades.
I bet it smells lovely.
But
Many fragrances.
if you kind of they talk about it. They talk about it in the video. You kind of gotta dig a little deeper to like no, this is like actually bad. Developers envisioned an Asian show mart.
Surprisingly not like discolored. That doesn't matter almost at all, but yeah. What are those?
I don't know, dude.
Buy it. Didn't you get those?
Yeah.
Free table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's huge, dude.
Dude, the place is freaking enormous. 275,000 square feet. Just like things that look just like open. Here's a plywall thing.
Did you say there was
whatever.
residential?
It's zoned for multi-unit residential. So
How much
hell yeah.
residential?
I think less than 60%. So it would still be a very substantial, potentially very substantial amount of residential. This could literally house the entire company
This is why I'm
and like every endeavor the company does. That was why I was like, but no.
and like you don't do necessary company housing. You just have it as an option that is cheaper to the point where like you'd be kind of dumb to not do it. And then you don't do a necessary company store, but you have a store on the premises that sells clothing and food and everything that you need. And then you can pay LinusBucks at the store and you earn LinusBucks for good conduct at work.
Yeah, we can use the AI tracking to make sure that people are on task and behaving nice.
Every 10 lines of code, you get 5 LinusBucks.
Yeah. And your weekly food ration.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like this idea.
Yeah.
This is a good idea.
Yeah.
Surrey Board of Trade says they should just tear it down.
That's what, yeah.
CEO and president of the Surrey Board of Trade. That's the city, Surrey. All right. Well, anyway, good luck, everybody. Oh, yeah. Okay, I didn't imagine it. American lawyer Donald Pitt, who helped launch the Phoenix Suns NBA basketball team decades ago, bought the building in the mid-2000s. Construction was completed at that time. Since then, prospective renters and or buyers have included Fraser Health, Simon Fraser University, and the RCMP, but all deals eventually didn't happen. Potential uses pitched for the building have included banquet hall, office space, homes, restaurants, bowling alley, even an auto sales lot on the ground floor, none of which ever materialized. $2 million.
So who's
my final offer.
Who do you have to buy it from? Is it the city or is it that
It's the current owner, who is Kuldeep Bansal.
But they're forced to sell it?
It's a court-ordered sale, but I don't know what that means. This article is really interesting because it's kind of everything you need to know. The important thing here is the lenders and the owner, everyone, along with us, we're trying to work together to find a positive solution for the property, and this is the realtor. This is a bit of a positive spin on this, but there is equity in the building. You know, the mortgage holders are well protected. The court-ordered sale is not because there's a negative equity situation here. So negative equity would mean that it is worth less than the amount you owe on it, right? Or like than the total liability. But I also think that
I don't know if it's worth practically anything.
I am not sure either.
If you have to rip up all of the plumbing and very likely all of the electrical and potentially the walls and everything else.
Also, I think you're paying a cool like $1 million a year in property taxes the entire time you hold this property.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so it's probably not going to happen ever. But it'd be cool. It'd be pretty sick. Linus Media Campus.
Yeah, do it. It's not my debt. Go for gold.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool building.
It is very cool.
Yeah.
It looks neat. Imagine you could play soccer on the lawn in the front.
Heck yeah, you could.
Company activity.
Heck yeah, you could.
Why
It
not?
was like half the size
Dude, look
or
at
a
all this
quarter of the
glass.
size.
You could do
Look at all this
outdoor
glass.
badminton on the lawn in front.
Look at all these windows. It's like kind of a cool building.
Why not every single person has a corner office?
Yeah. Right? Look at all these corners.
There's a lot of corners.
It's beautiful. What are we doing right now? What are we talking about? How do we end up on this?
Luke has 14 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Luke. Oh, man. Okay. Nintendo. I killed the Ryujin X Switch emulator last weekend. Russ of the YouTube channel. Oh, wait. No, this is about the copyright strike for Russ from Retro Game Corp. That is, thanks, Nintendo, for that. They got their first strike after covering the MiG Switch, now called the MiG Flash, which allows you to dump games from your Nintendo Switch to your computer. According to Russ, Nintendo was able to strike that video because the title screen of Super Mario 3D World was shown on his computer. The new strike was on a video where Russ apparently demonstrated a Wii U emulator. It's perhaps worth noting that you can't buy Wii U games from Nintendo anymore since the company shut down the console's eShop last year. Then this Tuesday, it came out that Nintendo Switch emulator Ryujin X has been wiped out a year after rival emulator Yuzu was shuttered by Nintendo. According to the Ryujin X development team member Rip in Peri Peri, the lead developer GDK Chan was offered an agreement by Nintendo to stop working on the project and remove the organization as well as all related assets. While GDK Chan didn't tell the team whether or not he was complying, the emulator is now gone from GitHub and the official site's download page has been wiped. It is speculated that this was a buyout rather than any kind of threat of legal action, because my understanding of Region X was that it involved complete reverse engineering, not any Nintendo IP, which was supposed to keep it safe from any Nintendo legal action.
Interesting.
I don't know if any of the rest of this matters that much, so maybe we should do a couple more merch messages.
Sure.
We got to do WAN After Dark.
Yeah. That way we can at least transition to WAN After Dark before Luke just leaves.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll focus on the Luke ones. Luke, did you or have you considered using the Flutter framework for Floatplane? Seems like it would work well to have a unified code base across platforms.
We're not changing frameworks right now, my dude. I haven't looked into it. If this was something that we were, if we were making a platform from scratch, maybe we could look into stuff. But yeah, we're not doing that right now. Sorry. The chat is also very upset at this idea. I don't know.
Dudes. Hey, Linus, do you have any pictures of that sweet Suzuki you've been painting? And Luke, have you ever rode on the back of it?
Dude, his weight sitting behind me up higher than me on a bike, we would tip.
Oh, your bike.
Yeah, we'd hit the first red light and just...
I rode on the back of a scooter that Dennis was driving in Taiwan.
Me too.
And we lived.
Scary. Colton and I both rode with Dennis at the same time. It
Wow.
was pretty scary. It was
That's
Channel
basically
Super
a
fun.
me.
That's true. Let's see. One actual human or two homunculi? No, I don't have any pictures. I have been completely stalled on that project, kind of demoralized by some of the setbacks. I'm going to pick it up again. I really need to.
Time.
I really need to pick it up again. I'll get it done.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is a bit hard
The
here.
person who asked that just wants to know when we're getting the beard back. Phony Tony said in Floatplane chat. That is it's kind of
cheating.
true.
Yeah, that's fair. I want the beard back. I think I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, DLL, question for Luke. Any thoughts on Star Citizen charging $40 for the Atlas, essentially making a problem with loading cargo and selling a solution to the problem they made?
I mean, I didn't know that was part of it because I didn't know about this ship because I check out Star Citizen like once a year. I don't know, dude. They also sell like tens of thousands of dollars for a single ship, don't they? I don't know. The whole thing.
No, I don't think they have anything
Do
that
they not? Are you
expensive.
sure?
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
Yeah, they do.
I think
They
so.
don't.
I know they have packs
There's a,
that are that expensive.
No, there's a ship that is the largest luxury yacht, and I think it's 5 figures at least.
Most expensive
Idris, is that
Star
it?
Citizen ships. 2022.
$725.
The Idris is old.
That
though.
one. How much is that one?
$25,000. 600i Executive Edition. Hey, that's
The Javelin is $3,000. Largest destroyer class ship, 480 meters in length.
yeah, but there's the 600i Executive Edition.
Okay, 25 grand.
Yeah.
There's no way anybody bought that.
I pretty much guarantee you someone did.
Oh, yeah.
For human use as an expeditionary vessel. For players, the ship is only available as a reward upon reaching the Legatus Navium
That's-
Concierge rank, which
that-
requires a spending of
Yes.
25 grand. So even though the ship
That's a
cannot
rank
be
for spending money.
Oh, I see.
That's a rank for spending money, my guy.
The interior is in pre-concept stage design and will be updated at some point in the future.
There's a VR chat level for it. So you don't have to buy one. Ever. Like a normal person. Moving on.
So, I don't know. That sucks.
Star Citizen cool, though.
They do genuinely some pretty incredible things. The tech behind it is super interesting. What they're working on is super neato. You don't have to spend that much money on the game at all. You can just play the game and earn money and then buy ships that way, and it's totally fine.
I'm still working on my $60 ship buy since it first came out 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, and you're probably fine.
Okay.
Like this cargo ship thing, I wouldn't be surprised if you can just make some money in the game and then just buy it in the game.
Yep.
Yeah, so like, I don't know, just ignore it. Don't play into those things and move on.
Talking of games, have you played Zero Sievert?
What?
Okay, no. Look, I got another
Hey, hold
one.
on. Can we do something really fun, really quick here?
Oh, yeah, sure.
This is still a thing. There's a $50 super chat.
And it's just gone?
And I have to click here to see it, but they don't stay here forever. Pretty wild that it's just not in the viewer activity thing. This has been open the whole time. Merge messages. Use merge messages. Okay, cool. Bye.
Zero Sievert looks sick from just like the Steam page, but I don't know. It's a extraction shooter, but it's like a little top-down game.
Oh, that's cool.
I guess nuclear focused.
Very positive.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cool.
Seems neat.
There's so many cool games these days.
Sorry, 1 second.
Oh, am I going back to your laptop?
They called the area Zakov, which is like the closest thing to Tarkov.
All right.
That's a little nuts. All right.
They know
Cool.
what they're doing. Luke, you've said in the past you wouldn't do an AMD tech upgrade. Is it be too boring? Would you do it with this big kicker? Linus is in charge and picks what you get.
I already pick what he gets for his upgrades.
Yeah, to be honest. No, I my problem was that like I didn't have an interesting. I actually said no at one point. One was offered to me and I said no because I didn't think it would be interesting for people. That is no longer true, but I am at the whims of the rules of whoever draws the thing. So I don't know if I'm eligible or not. It doesn't really necessarily matter. I get the free computers because of that ancient awesome deal anyways. So something that could be kind of fun is you were mentioning my dad getting one. We could maybe do it that if I get drawn, it just goes to my dad.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Something like that could be cool. And then I don't know if there's potential that I'm going to be dramatically changing my setup probably in the new year because my roommate moved out. So we're going to be moving our desks into there, and I could maybe drag Linus over to my house for that. And we could just like film it, but it wouldn't have to be an AMD tech upgrade.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
The behavior of the dashboard seems to have changed. Something was in curated that I wanted to uncurate so that I could type a response and then push to stream, but it seems to have gone straight to push to stream instead of giving me an opportunity to type a response. So Anonymous, I don't know anything really about the WordPress.org thing, but I will say that the whole, if you don't agree with this legal fight, take a buyout and then get out move seems like not really good leadership is what I'll say about that.
Back into incoming, no?
I that's what I thought, but it didn't seem to go there. That's fine. We can figure it out another time.
Okay.
All right. What else we got?
You got any more topics, or is this WAN After Dark officially?
It's officially WAN After Dark. There's a couple more topics. I don't.
I don't have to leave exactly at 8.
Redditors can't protest platform changes anymore. You have to send a request to take your subreddit private. There. Okay, that's that. I think we talked about the Flappy Bird thing last week. Sketchy Game Dev announces a recovery plan in a new Kickstarter. So the background here is the day before was a hyped up multiplayer survival horror extraction shooter that was misleadingly advertised as an MMO. The game was very limited and technically flawed when it launched in December 2023 and was withdrawn from sale after just 4 days. The developer, Fantastic, also garnered controversy due to its alleged use of volunteer and severely underpaid labor and its alleged habit of fining employees as punishment for poor output. Now Fantastic has returned with a promise that it's changed its ways and a Kickstarter for $15,000 to develop a physics-based multiplayer co-op escape game called Escape Factory. A demo of the game is available on Steam. However, according to data miners, the game's assets are flipped Unity store items and its networking and matchmaking features are based on Unity demo code. So maybe don't buy it. Cool. All right, that's it.
Okay.
Oh, we got to cut the Zuck shirt. Let's do that.
Should we just do it next week? No, they need it. Oh, okay. It's time to unbox a $400 t-shirt.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited.
Would you like to do it?
Sure.
This is actually the second time it's unboxed, so
Okay.
yeah, I unboxed it for a Floatplane exclusive.
You get a little card. You got to read the card first.
All right, I'll read the card.
You can't open your present without reading
Thank
the card
you.
first.
Thank you for purchasing from our online boutique. We have prepared your order with the utmost care in Solomeo, I don't know, some Italian city. Our customer care is available to assist you. Scan the QR code to contact our team.
Very nice.
All right. Oh man, I just cleaned the guillotine. Okay, look, I didn't buy it for myself. The company bought it for competitive product research.
Yeah. And we're destroying it.
So that we can research it.
It comes in a bag.
I mean, you can't figure out how a frog works without taking it apart. That's what they taught me in biology class.
Why does it come in its own bag?
So that you have a bag. And so
Whoa, it's not even a bag.
you're
What
not
the
good
heck?
at this.
Is that surprising to anyone? Okay.
He doesn't have a lot of experience unboxing any clothes.
Have you
let
never
alone
unboxed a $400
That's
t-shirt?
true. Usually my clothes just show up at my desk at
You're
work.
holding it behind your laptop. You are actually
I was
the worst at
lifting
this.
it. It's got a big, really big tag.
Yeah.
And that's it. It feels like a shirt. Not even like a particularly thick one or anything. I'm feeling like this. I'm pinched feeling it. I don't know. Dear customer, please be advised that the product cannot be returned if this security tag is removed. Okay.
Do it. You held it under the table.
Oh.
Luke! Oh! You need showmanship classes.
I think the content's better when you get mad, though. Hey, there's another tag. Does this one show how much it was? No. Why is there another tag?
Oh, I guess I can try and find the... I forget what the...
This product of quality... This product of quality fruit of our labor is created in Solomeo, a small medieval village at the gates of Assisi, where men and nature are still aware of the harmonious rhythm of time. Kind of sick. So we're cutting this thing?
Yep.
Do you want to cut it in like a specific spot so it's still wearable by someone? Is that even possible? How big is the circle? It's pretty big.
Yeah, no, it's still wearable after you cut a circle out of it. I mean,
Dude, it's a $400 shirt.
Do the nipple.
Someone would do it. Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
You want to here?
I don't actually see it. I'm a little confused. Does it say anywhere what the product is? Like, do you have a label?
1 sec. Okay. It feels nice.
Are you going to give me the label?
No, that's just
Well,
like
the label's there. You
oh.
took the label. All right. Okay, so what is it? This is C8190 medium. That's,
Yeah, like I didn't see anything
I
more
think that's
specific
I think
than
that's a SKU. Hold on, I think I can probably search by that.
Okay, so the little rubber disc.
C8190. Is that going to work? Unfortunately, it seems we couldn't find any results for that. Okay. Well, I can't find it anymore. I can't find it on their site, but we definitely ordered this. We bought it, and now, okay. Right. So one of the things that we wanted to do is make sure that our Zuck t-shirt, which is just going to be a gray t-shirt, but, comfortable or whatever, like billionaires like, we wanted to make sure that it is pretty similar, at least. Like we're not going to have the same source of cotton. We might even use a blend instead of 100% cotton.
It's not going to be made the same way.
Yeah, it's not going to be made
people
in a
the same
medieval
place.
village.
Yeah.
It's a great t-shirt, and it's going to be inspired by, that shirt Mark Zuckerberg's always wearing.
And in this shirt's defense, ignoring the price tag, it feels nice.
It feels nice. But one of the things that we need to do in order to determine how we can make a shirt like Zuck would wear is we need to figure out the weight of the fabric. And the best way to do that, I'm informed by Tatiana from I don't know if she's really fashion team, but she works on the fashion team and also with the engineering team on like materials, essentially. The best way to do that is to use this thing. What? Oh, did I do something wrong?
No, I just had it all nicely lined up for you.
Okay, the best way to do it is to use this thing, which basically goes onto a material and then has like a blade, and you spin this thing and it like it's got kind of like a nasty little.
There's 4 blades. Isn't there?
Nasty little blade thing in there. So you turn this thing and it cuts it. It cuts the fabric. That gives you a standard sized piece of the fabric, and then you can determine the fabric weight.
Well, you just stabbed it. You got to go around now. You got to keep pressure down the whole time.
Yeah. I'm trying. Okay, here we go.
You don't have to go crazy hard because you're just going to be cutting the rubber.
Oh.
Theoretically, there's 4 blades, so you should, not have to go technically all the way around. Did we get it?
All right, and here it is.
Nice.
Sorry, Brunello. Oh, where'd it go?
It's now in the shirt.
Oh, this isn't going to be Twitch TV safe anymore.
Well, that was the point.
Really, to have a boob cutout?
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
Where did it go?
Titty window.
Is it still like hung on by a thread or something?
It's a high quality, resilient shirt. It doesn't just come apart like some peasant shirt would.
Where did it go? That's part of the vanishing
Maybe it's in
fabric.
the thing?
No.
This is what you get for $400.
Where the heck is
What
it?
happened? I mean, it's not like we can't do it again. We have a lot of shirt.
I have already flipped it inside out. I'm going in.
What? This doesn't eat it. No.
I saw it. It
I
was
saw it
hanging
flop.
loose.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
Is it under? No.
Are we idiots? Is chat going to tell us where it is? Under the rubber. No, it's not under the rubber, you guys. Look. Oh! What? How'd it get under the rubber?
I have no idea.
How the heck did it get under the rubber? That was like a magic trick.
That's wild. I have no idea.
All right. Oh,
Okay.
wait, did Tatiana also give us a scale?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So we're going to find out the fabric weight right now. Did she give you the formula for how much the whatever?
It's grams normally, and then it's GSM if you 10x it, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Wait, it's not 0.
Tear it. Okay, I'm going.
Tear it. Oh, no.
The other tear.
Pomme de terre.
Where's the 0? Oh, here we go.
Okay, you good?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on.
Why does it need a lid?
Okay. I don't know.
Error.
Error.
Error. It's a very sensitive, accurate scale.
Oh, because of the air?
Air currents.
Oh.
Was that 1.71?
I don't know.
Yeah. 1.71 grams.
Okay, so
It's not laying,
17
perfectly flat.
17.1 GSM?
It shouldn't matter, but
Is that a lot?
I have no idea.
Fabric. That doesn't sound like a lot. That doesn't sound right.
Well, it doesn't feel super thick or anything when you hold it.
Oh, okay. No, 17 GSM seems like it could be a thing. Alibaba, 12 GSM non-woven fabric. Here we go. Okay, yeah, those look like pretty normal fabrics, like you could make a shirt out of or something. Wait, no, this is 140 GSM. What? Hold on.
Is that just a mat?
No, this is fabric for t-shirts. Yeah, no, this can't be right. This can't be right. Grams times 100?
Oh, is it times 100?
If it's times 100, that would make more sense.
I probably just forgot what she said. I'm sure
100,
she said the right thing.
170 GSM sounds a lot more like the range I was expecting.
I don't know what GSM numbers normally are.
Grams per square meter.
No, okay. Thanks.
How much do you charge?
If they just
How
weigh
much
it
do you
in
charge
grams,
for a gram?
why do they bother change the number?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay. What else are we? What are we talking about?
Oh yeah, it's grams times 100.
Okay, perfect.
She's in the chat.
Oh.
My bad. I forgot. I thought you said 10. That's my
no
bad.
way. Her username is Material Girl.
It's pretty good.
I like it.
Songs.
I mean, we were living in a material world, so it makes sense that you would be a material girl.
I took it off and put it back on again, and it said 16.9 or something.
Okay. Well, we'll let Tatiana
1.6
do it properly because realistically, we can't be trusted. Apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just lost the fabric sample.
Okay. There's a question for her. Does 17 sound high?
17
or 170?
No,
so
that's
170
probably
sound
about
high.
right. I can tell you the answer to that.
No,
that's probably about right.
Is that a high GSM shirt?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, okay.
It's like fine. Yeah, no. Your observation that it's not a particularly like thick shirt. She says no, that's pretty normal. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Worksman says put the shirt on.
With the circle?
All right. You want to do a merch message in the meantime?
Sure. You got one, Dan?
Yeah, I got a few. Shall we move to After Dark as well?
Yeah.
Let's see. Hello, WAN.dll, Spout V2. I got a chance to meet both Jensen Huang and Lisa Xu a few weeks ago. I froze and had nothing useful to say. What questions would you have asked each if given the chance?
Jensen, definitely. What is the favorite? What is your favorite artistic piece on your stove?
How do you properly pronounce Thai?
Oh, okay.
Pick one.
I think
Pick a lane.
You have to decide.
Well, I feel like a billionaire.
Oh, hey, it's not actually a problem.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Nice.
We should.
This is a statement.
We should.
I actually feel like that is an artsy shirt.
Look, if the whole point of buying a super expensive article of clothing is that you can afford it and other people can't, then it should be an even bigger flex to destroy it.
Yeah.
And then be able to afford to destroy it, which other people can't. I'm just following their logic. I'm not really into the whole $400 t-shirt thing. Also, there's some kind of weird stuff about it. Like, do you notice the shoulders?
It does seem to sit a little
have like
odd.
a weird little like a little peak. I think that might just be from it being pressed.
How it's
Might just be from it being
because there's
pressed.
a line all the way down your shoulder, which is almost certainly from it being folded for so long.
Look,
or pressed or
you
whatever.
gotta draw a dollar sign in the middle of the circle.
What, like on my skin?
That's just so we
No,
know
I don't
he's
want silver
wealthy.
Sharpie on my skin. No, I reject.
Okay.
You need a black one so it looks like a tattoo.
Oh my god.
And then it's a window to the tattoo.
Yeah.
And it's normally you'd have a window to your soul. So this way it shows a dollar sign because it's
It's a window to his heart.
Yeah.
I will say this. You guys can see more detail about it in the Floatplane exclusive if you're subscribed to Floatplane. And realistically, if you were shopping for a shirt like this, you can afford to subscribe to Floatplane. But the fit, it's not great.
Yeah.
It's like kind of okay. It's not that flattering, in my opinion. The shoulders, it has kind of like a weird second artful seam at the
It
bottom.
comes
here.
really far down
Unnecessary seam
as well. Doesn't
You look at the way it like bunches if I lift my arms.
Yeah.
I have rejected
Is some
garments
of this-
that had better sleeves than this.
Is some of this being impacted by the giant hole that we put in it?
No.
I like the hole.
Yeah, the artful hole.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think having an undershirt on that.
The second seam on the back of the shoulder is weird.
Yeah.
That is odd. Are you guys going to do that then?
Do what?
Put a weird seam on the arm?
Yeah, I guess we'd have to.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's the Zuck. I mean, the Steve had like a weird seam down the middle of
Is
it.
this really like, does he wear this shirt all the time right now?
I don't know if he does right now, but I don't care. I mean,
Okay.
Steve Jobs doesn't wear that shirt right now.
Because Zuckerberg has done a big like.
Really? He's going to let me get away with that one?
What do you say?
I said Steve Jobs doesn't wear that shirt right now.
Oh my goodness. Because Zuckerberg he's like all trendy now and stuff. He looks like this.
That's okay. Yeah, I know, but
And
we're
that-
not going to do that.
I'm
And this
so
shirt is
happy
apparently
for him.
he took some phrase that is like you must be Caesar to rule or something in Latin. I don't remember exactly how it went, and he changed it to Zuck. Let me try to find the information on it. Give me one sec.
Zuck has gone full hello fellow kids. Yeah, a little bit. Make an Elon
He's
girdle
pulling it
next.
off though. He's pulling it off.
An Elon girdle? Okay. Anyway. Yeah. Patch the hole with an LTT logo. Yeah, I could be down. Make that part of the shirt you sell. No, I don't think we'd put a giant LTT logo on
Okay,
the front
apparently there was a phrase, I'm not going to be able to pronounce it correctly at all, which is like au Caesar au nihil, which means either a Caesar or nothing, or simply all or nothing. The saying is indicative of grand ambition, and it was a personal motto of Italian Renaissance Prince Caesar Borgia or whatever, and his shirt is the same thing, but he replaced Caesar with Zuck, and he made it himself, and that's his shirt. You've got that, and you guys went with the gray one?
Yeah.
All right.
It's more iconic.
Is it?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
wore it for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, the gray shirt is super iconic.
I don't pay attention to him.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Oh, it's this one. There are a lot of photos of this. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, he really does look like a robot.
He looks
there.
so much better now. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
nowhere to go but up. I don't know that he looks like he looks like Logan Paul. Like that's who he looks like he's trying to dress like.
He's gonna make Prime, but it's like the number because he's like a computer guy or something.
This over this. I think it's a win. I think it's a win.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, he's doing better.
Yeah, the haircut was really problematic before.
Yeah.
It's like can you accentuate my receding hairline?
Yeah.
It's like that's what he told, or like my large forehead. I guess it's not even receding. It's just really, really big forehead.
I think this has been good for Zuck and bad for the people because people have started liking him a lot. And
Oh yeah, do people just like Mark Zuckerberg now?
I think so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So we're not going to eat him.
Well,
He seems like he'd be chewy anyway.
He's got-
Lizard meat?
No,
Really?
we gotta smoke him. He's got those smoked meats.
what was that?
Smoke with those meats.
Baby Ray's or
I
whatever?
can't remember. It was a long time ago.
Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, something like that. Sweet Baby Ray's.
Sweet baby rays.
Oh, chat says they're still going to eat him. They just like him.
Okay.
Okay, so they like him, but they're
So
going to
they'll
eat him.
shed a single tear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Nice.
How many tears do I get? Do I get more tears? Enough to salt the meat?
All right, pour some internet on it. It's got more than enough sodium.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi, Dwell. Do you think AMD no longer doing high-end GPUs affect exclusivity AIB partners like XFX, PowerColor, and Sapphire? Could we see them reaching out to NVIDIA?
No.
I doubt it.
PowerColor and Sapphire have been all AMD through much worse times than we're in now.
Oh yeah.
And XFX, they made the move. They essentially like pulled an EVGA, except just instead of pulling out of the VGA market entirely, they
Went
were
to
just
AMD.
like, we're not going to sell cards from the only chipset vendor that matters, and we're going to go to AMD and like try to survive like that. And they're still kicking, obviously, but AMD's done this before. For context, the rumor is that AMD's upcoming GPU family is not going to have like a high end and like a 900, 8900 XTX or whatever.
That'll kind of suck.
They've done it
because-
before. Polaris, they didn't have a high end product, and partners apparently survived. In fact, I think they gained market share during that time, so it might be okay. We'll see. Only time will tell.
That'll suck because Intel's not doing it either.
Yeah. So if you want high end, you're going to pay the NVIDIA tax. Period.
Sweet.
Yo, getting
Maybe
some.
we'll get an even
Sorry.
cooler kitchen. Sorry, go for it.
We could have a second kitchen.
Have you've seen his kitchen,
I've
right?
seen the kitchen. Everyone's seen the kitchen.
How can anyone ever get over that kitchen?
I don't know. It's a nice kitchen. What do you want?
My goodness.
Is that even that crazy of a kitchen?
He's got
I
a
mean-
mural behind his stove.
Yeah, he's got a mantle. Yeah, okay, it's pretty crazy. I don't know. I never looked that close at it.
Is that a wolf stove?
I don't know. What's a wolf stove?
Does he have a combi oven? If he doesn't have a combi oven, it's not
What's
a cool
a combi
kitchen.
oven?
Chad knows what a combi oven is.
I don't know.
How are you rich and you
gotta
don't
know
have
this
a combi
This is
oven?
like one of 47
Dude,
kitchens or something.
I live in like a McMansion. It's just a normal house but big. I don't actually do like, fireplace mantle on my stove.
What defines a mansion?
I think over 5,000 square feet.
Why did it autofill kitchen? Why is it asking me my location? Stop!
Combi oven is way more. Combi oven is.
Combi oven allows you
Life.
to control humidity and temperature and has convection.
Steam
I
injection.
hate it when
If you're making croissant,
things do
you
this.
gotta
Let's
have
say
a combi
I
oven.
look for definition of mansion and it says a manor house. It's like, what does that mean?
Yeah, well, it doesn't have a firm definition. That's why.
Well, okay, actually, the first definition is a large, impressive house. Nice mansion, bro.
Look up McMansion.
That's not even a real thing.
Oh,
It
it's
is
a real thing.
That's 100% a thing. It's the McDonald's version of a mansion.
They put up like entire. They're tasteless, right?
Why would you say that about your own home?
Because it's basic.
It's lacking architectural integrity?
Yeah, well, it's not like
Does your house lack architectural integrity, bro?
old money would look at my house and be like, does it even have any history? Like it's not. It's just a giant house. It's a normal. It's a normal house except it's big. Like
I linked one of my favorite. Like I don't know. Can we even say blogs anymore? This person basically goes through and explains why they suck. And there's some insane houses, just so badly thought through.
I don't even know,
some.
I don't even know a lot of the words on here. Inappropriate use of prairie mullions. What is that?
So I did architecture for a while. There's like so many weird turns.
Can you zoom in a little bit? Piggy nose, extremely stealth. Ahoy! What am I?
Oh, it's like a
looking
tiny
at?
little porthole window that they put there for some reason.
Dude, I saw some really weird houses when we were shopping. There's a lot of in the kind of
Look at the
area-ish where I live. There's a lot of houses that the owners clearly designed it, and you ended up with just some super weird stuff.
Faced with sticks.
Chopsticks machine with stuff on it.
I'm not gonna say what this looks like.
I didn't even see that. I like that. Hell yeah.
What is this? Is this McMansion Hell? Is this a whole site?
Yeah.
Will fodder.
There's hundreds of these. They're so good.
My rich friend in school had this dining set, but they covered everything in plastic protection. So this all seems strangely obscene to me.
It's like money does not buy taste, right?
Yeah. No, it really doesn't.
How do you live in this?
I don't know. I'm so anti-clutter. I don't like clutter. I don't like stuff in my house that I don't use. And I hate like uncomfortable furniture and stuff. Like I just don't.
How many?
Sure.
Look at the tiered ceiling with all the pot
Oh
lights.
yeah.
And then the tiny little anemic fan
Also,
right in the center.
They don't have carpets, or they don't have like wall-to-wall carpets, but they have carpets everywhere. So you're always on carpet anyway.
Yeah, rugs.
The rug.
Thomasville chic.
God, that's such a depressing room.
Yeah.
This one seems
This one's
okay.
nice.
But all those plants are probably fake.
But there's only one note on this room because it's actually kind of nice.
Yeah, that looks actually. I'd sit and eat breakfast there for sure.
Yeah.
both of you are blocked.
Ah, but-
Dueling chode dormers. I mean, honestly,
Okay.
most of what's funny about this is just the commentary. Like, I don't think.
Oh yeah, no, the commentary's great, but these houses are also ridiculous.
You know what? We need more chairs. Okay, is an ahoy matey a thing, or is that just like
Well, okay, like big ships have
Soul
round
pat-
windows, right?
Soul Patch Final Boss? All right.
Bigger than the house my apartment is in. Just the garage.
All right. Okay. All right. The loneliest table. Yeah, dude.
That's a classic.
Dude,
yeah.
giant houses that just have furniture that you're not using at all. Like half the cost seems to be buying the house, and the other half of the cost seems to be buying ostentatious furniture to occupy it.
Look how rich I am to afford this much nothing. I'm like, you take the badminton center and then just put like a one Eames chair in it. Ideal living room.
Oh no.
More concrete though. You put walls on it.
Hit me, Dan.
Getting some new lids. I loved the live demo from last week. That's why I bought these. Question for Mr. Lime. What was the driving force for you to start at NCIX?
I just really hated school, and I really hated the job running the painting business, and I just was so burnt out and down.
Having a trash job is a really good motivator.
Yeah, well, it paid well.
Having and needing a job that you hate. is
Yeah.
a pretty good motivator to do something else.
And so I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to do what I want to do, which is talk to people about technology and get paid for it. What I really wanted to do was work in the tech room, but they wanted me in sales, which probably was wise.
Hey, WAN.dll, I have a question for Linus. Do you see Mura on the Bigscreen Beyond? Did you see? I did when I got mine, and it was quite visible on mine. So I ended up returning it and going for the PSV R2. Mura? I thought this was a thing, but I think it seems like it's an issue with it.
Mira effect. I'm actually not familiar with the term.
Moire?
Yeah, do you mean, yeah.
Morie? Like when I wear
It
my...
looks like a fine grainy mesh that covers the entire screen. It stays static as the image moves behind it, usually more obvious in dim scenes. I can't say that I observed that,
Screen door effect? I think it's the screen door.
but why would you
It is
just
Moire.
why would you not just call it screen door effect?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Mira just means screen door effect. No, I
Oh.
didn't find that it was bad on that particular one. I mean, anything looks bad compared to the Vision Pro at this point, but the Vision Pro's utility is so limited that
Colors.
I'm just kind of waiting for Apple's displays to make their way into other headsets, and then I can have the best of both worlds. I can
Yes.
have an actual usable headset that has a really nice screen on it.
Yeah.
I didn't know the screen door had a name. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, so now I
Me
know.
neither.
PSVR 2 for PC looks pretty sick, though. Good choice, Anonymous.
And last curate I've got for you, Linus, I want to ask you as a question. Have you, as someone who was born before the internet, have you seen an increase in general hysteria due to technology changing parts of our lives so rapidly?
That is a measured and objective thing that has happened.
It's hard for me to observe it, though, because before the internet was widespread, I was 10. I wasn't paying attention to hysteria.
Fair enough.
And we definitely had hysteria.
I think you can map it on even stages of the internet, like Web 1.0, 2.0, 3.0.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think that has happened as well.
You know what else has happened?
The end of the show?
We will see you again next week. Same bad time. Wait. Oh, hey, thanks, Ludi. Same bad channel.
Okay. Bye! Well, it's not ready yet. Not going up.